Burgled. I don't exactly know why. Like, I don't know whether this is worth it. Is it worth, like, putting out there that my house is worth burgling now?
Yes, it's always worth putting that out.
Well, there we go then.
Yeah, there we go. Always the background.
Remember, when burglars show up, they have all the tools they need to successfully commit their crimes. So that's when you kill them, take their stuff, and then you have everything you need to commit them.
Hey, is it just me, or do any of the rest of you like the Simply Safe commercials with the dude with the big mustache and the ski mask on? Maybe it's just me.
Oh, you mean Rob?
Yeah. I think that's
they're
hilarious.
kind of amusing.
And you don't see them too much to make them like unbearable, and they kind of change them up every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you and I are the only ones here who have even seen them. So
it might be, but I like when
I don't think they show them.
He's like, well, so there's one where he's sitting there in his little bubble bath with his little reader thing across the bubble bath.
The pizza guy.
The pizza guy comes and he goes, "Entrez-vous," and he like unlocks the door remotely. Pizza guy's like
why horrendous?
Should I go in? I don't know.
What?
You mean because we're not Americans, or because we don't have TVs?
I was going to say because it's probably not an international company and they don't buy in a lot of markets they don't sell in. It's really just for smart homes. Mm-hmm. That's all they're really doing. They're selling smart homes.
Smart home. That's the most retarded shit ever.
What?
That is always kind of concerning, to be honest. Yeah, the idea of a smart home.
Smart home.
As long as it doesn't decide that it's smarter than you and wants to kill you.
It has an English accent, so it's got to be pretty cool.
Smart homes are basically the only true real way of having an actual poltergeist experience. In this day and age. That's essentially it.
I'm just waiting until they can properly do those smart agents where they can have different voices, so I can get an horrendous that I can call on my table instead of Siri.
That would be excellent. By the way, yes, I said unlimited, TP edition because, every time my wife goes into Costco nowadays, she's like, "Hey, I got another thing of toilet paper." It's like, really? By the way, I don't know if I should do this because my office is a little messy, but I do.
Oh, yay!
But my so a friend of ours is making really cool American flags, which eventually will be behind me. But you may or may not see it. It's like wood, it's all stained. It's very cool. And actually, after I ordered it, I saw that Brisk had one kind of like it in his office, which I'm like, cool. Yeah, I won't display mine quite as cool as him, though. I'll just hang it on the wall. But anyway, like this corner of my office over here is just like rolls of toilet paper.
And you're the only one one on camera at the moment who doesn't actually have toilet paper on their, or in their background at the moment.
There's printer paper.
I've got it.
There's 3 boxes of Famous Amos bag cookies. There's Lance variety pack cheese chips or cheese crackers, peanut butter crackers, and little snack bags of Fritos, Cheetos, Doritos,
Uh-huh.
all that bullshit, and then like
All the things that run with Doritos.
3 or 4 combination Hostess Twinkies.
Cheetos? Wait,
and
no, wrong
cupcakes,
show. Never mind.
and Gatorade and like
We should do
water.
a thank you for the raid, Eric, because
I was letting him, Caleb. I was letting him get to his natural finishing point, and then going, "Thank you very much." Talking.
Well, no, that doesn't work because Eric won't ever reach a natural finishing point. So you've just got to
you gotta stop me.
Uh,
interject
Just,
somewhere.
He does,
the
except
virtual
you
slap.
motherfuckers always interject exactly how Caleb interject before Eric was
there is
finished.
no interjection going on this show ever.
No interjection.
Oh no,
Very, very
not at all.
orderly.
So anyway, by the way, none of that is for me. Not well, toilet paper's for us, but or anybody in our family, but
Nope.
all the
Nope.
rest
Nope.
of-
Nope. Nope.
all the rest.
We
of
heard
this-
you say it. It's not for you. You can't use it.
the rest of them are snacks for the the Amazon drivers. It's not for us. We
And you're
we
just
snack
storing
'em up.
these in your office
We snack them up, man.
conveniently.
We gotta snack them up for the Amazon guys. So yeah, send them out happy, baby.
Well, Dirk, he's got to store it in the office. There are teenagers in the house. If he didn't, they'd just be gone.
I mean, that's a fair
Oh.
point.
So true. We got like 2 pizzas and a calzone and like
sorts of shit
3
back there.
hoagies last night for dinner. Right? There's like there's a whole pizza box in the fridge. Right? So I take it out this morning. I look. There's like 4 pieces of pizza. I'm like,
That's pretty good.
well, it was full. Like the pizza was all combined into one box.
Right.
So somewhere between dinner and 6 a.m.,
Yeah, of course,
all
obviously.
but 4 pieces disappeared because
You're
teenagers,
lucky.
right?
You're lucky 4 pieces survived. You can't...
Yeah, be lucky that there's 4 pieces there. Like Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. They eat everything. Although they did not know the difference. Well, the 17-year-old did not know the difference between a pint and a Pilsner glass. You guys missed that discussion, but the staff did.
Well, it's because your pints are just horrible fake things.
They are.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and they don't fill them. Like they never fill them to the brim.
Well, then it's not a pint.
Well, no, it's literally that their pints aren't pints.
Well,
McLeod.
so waitresses they fill them right to. They have them filled right here so they don't spill them, right? Because nobody wants you go to Britain, you
Yeah,
get some
easy mode.
style
It's called
there,
it's called
you know,
it's
and
called
you're-
easy mode. Like you have easy mode
What
glasses.
do you mean filled to the brim? Like, don't you guys have a crown on your beer? Oh wait, American beer. I forgot.
I mean, they're drinking light beer anyway, Sothersil, so it's not as if it would matter.
I
but
am drinking the Aviator that Scythe brought me when he visited me last time, and it is an American wheat ale built with orange peel. You can definitely tell there's orange peel in there. So yeah, row pale wheat.
Right. Dirk was just referring to the fact that the American pint is actually 4 ounces smaller than the UK.
then the proper pint, yes,
How big is a proper pint?
20 fluid ounces,
Oh,
Half a liter.
there you
a
go.
bit more than half a liter, 568 mils. But who's counting?
Yeah, but don't you
Well,
serve, like,
you.
don't you serve soda in like juice glasses or something?
I mean, that depends if you want a small one or a large one. If you get a large one, it generally comes in a pint.
Oh, okay.
There's certain things that you definitely don't order by the pint.
Hey, Elkin Score, tier 1 sub.
Like
12
I wouldn't
consecutive months. Thank you, Elkin. It's awesome.
like I wouldn't order whiskey by the pint, for example.
Okay, so we've established the UK pint is larger, but the American large soda is.
That's not even a scale.
Everybody
That's
needs.
top
Hey,
full of sodas. Like, what the hell are you going to do with this?
do you know why our cars need to be so big? Because we have to have.
Carry the soda.
Cruiser
Yeah, we
cups.
have to have cup holders for 64-ounce sodas. I'm just saying.
Did you guys
I don't
like
think that's a thing to brag about, to be honest, right?
Look, when you've got to
See-
drive 1,000 miles just to go to a party, All right, you need a drink that will last.
That's right.
You know how many
I have-
times I would have to stop to pee if I was drinking those buckets that you call a soda?
Hey, this is a funny stat. Okay, so I bought a new car, right? Okay, it seats 7. Okay, so it's one of those big SUVs, right? It seats 7. Let's keep that number in our mind. Okay, it has 19 cup holders.
And now we're back to the whole size question. Is that 7 Americans?
It doesn't matter. Why do you
Is
need
that-
19 cup holders if you can only put 7 people in the car? Help me understand.
Well, I mean, that's what 2.5 drinks a person.
I mean, seriously.
No, it makes perfect sense
It's
to me.
for
Eric.
choice.
Okay, explain it to me. Help me
So-
understand that, Ernest.
So here's why you need 19 cup holders for 7 people. All right. First, you've got to stay hydrated, so you need to sprinkle like 4 to 5 bottles of water through there.
Okay.
Then everybody but the driver can be drunk, so you need some place for their.
Ah, I understand.
Then,
To-go
and then-
cups, so when you
hold
leave
up,
the
hold
bar,
up.
the to-go cup.
Then you need places for everybody's phone.
I was going to say, like, you mean
Okay.
like everybody's going to require
We have
caffeine,
chargers for
otherwise
everybody's
go fall
phone.
asleep.
We have chargers for everybody's phone. And then some.
Yeah, but where do you put it when it's charging?
That's
Or-
what
or
the little
you
tuck-in
wire
thing
in
in
your
the seat.
pocket.
No, you tuck it in the seat in front of you, or in the front. There's holders for them. But you got 19 cup holders. Hey, hello. What is that? WeatherTech? I need 19 phone cup holders. I mean,
There you go.
you know, I mean, no, serious, honest God, truth, right? So I drive this car for like a week. Okay, if I bring a bottle of water, I take a bottle. I drink it. I take the bottle out and do whatever, right? My wife drives it one time. One time. She's the only person in the entire car. Seat 7. Okay. I get back in the car. Like, she's got little Kleenexes stuffed in one of the cup holders in the driver's door. And then every, driver, passenger, okay, 2 bottled waters. Every seat has at least 1 bottled water. You got to understand.
You
Understand.
got to have
There
you
was
got to have
one
the
person
person's
in the car. She stocked it. Like she
Yeah,
was taking the whole tribe.
So someone requested the presence of both carbonated and non-carbonated waters. Obviously,
No, it's just water. It's not chilled. Like I like my water chilled. Like I take it out of the fridge, go chilled water. No, this is water that stays in the car all the time. There's still water in there.
my God, man.
The back seat's all fold down, King Dave. Like all of them.
So, is it worth pointing out we've just spent a quarter of the show
Holy
talking
shit!
about
Sorry,
this?
sorry. This is what happens when I
Hey,
start
that's
drinking before the
fine.
show starts. I'm sorry.
It's how this is. This is how this is. This is all the foreplay before the big show.
Yeah. So hey, we
Arrhenius,
got lots to talk about. Lots of Eve stuff, right?
I'd just like to ask Arrhenius, just to confirm, am I right that isn't it right that the liquid in the pod in Eve is actually also the soft drink Crave?
It's not Clorox.
I don't think it's Clorox. I just remember
No.
reading somewhere or
pretty
hearing
sure
something about the
not.
law that it's actually something
I'm-
that you.
I'm pretty sure it's not Quaif. If it was, so many Caldari capsulars wouldn't be hooked on Starsea.
By the way, I just
So
want to
what
point out.
is in that fluid? Because I remember someone mentioning it in some of the
Synthetic
one of the law.
amniotic fluid is what they call it. It's this self-cleaning stuff.
Basically, it's disinfectant.
So it means I can poop in my pod.
You'd think they'd have
Yes.
like
I
an
would
astronaut diaper on you or
assume-
something.
I would assume there's a waste disposal system already hooked up.
I mean, otherwise you'd basically just be swimming in bleach.
Thank you, Sikander. Thank you.
So I was right. There we go.
Is that why none of the capsuleers get any viruses or anything?
It doesn't matter. You get sick and die. You're just reborn again.
I'm pretty
unless-
sure if you would swim in bleach for like days and days, you would be pretty dead.
And you wouldn't get any viruses.
That's true.
True.
Oh, we're not getting
No
back to
virus.
this again.
No viruses. By the way, Hydrowa, thank you. 2 months in a row for a subscription. Tier 1. Thank you, Rich.
By the way, while we're on the topic, how's the temperature, Dirk?
Oh, it feels like it broke over the last 12, 16 hours or so. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't come back, and I'm over the edge.
How long did you have that?
Pretty much smack on 2 weeks.
Wow.
But he's an Eve player. He knows how to fight the fight.
Like, yeah, it was not fun. Let's put it that way. But equally, I'm kind of okay with just staying in my room and avoiding people. So yeah, sure.
There you go.
Right. So you
Hydrowa
want
has never played Eve, but he's a big fan of Goons.
I would say he doesn't know what he's missing, but the last couple of
Second
years,
Life?
yeah.
Is it getting better? Because I saw like lots more people are playing.
No.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
Well,
I mean,
so my life,
kind of.
my life is as we were talking earlier, right? It's slowing down a little bit. So I'm looking forward to coming back and playing a lot of Eve after many months of being away.
Well, I mean, this dev vlog could be hinting at something that will cause some more things to happen.
Like what?
This
What
new
devlog?
thing,
Pray tell.
this new dev blog.
Okay, let me run you through it. There's not a whole lot in this dev blog. It is basically
Shit gonna go boom.
exactly. If a citadel is not fueled for a whole week, it will go into a new mode. It will go into an abandoned mode. If it's an abandoned mode, it no longer has any reinforcement timers, so you can kill it straight away. It doesn't have tethering, and the big one here, no asset safety.
Nice. Most excellent. And then you know what CCP is going to do next? They're going to make it impossible to make fuel.
Cool.
That'll be interesting.
You know what? I'm really happy, Sothersil, that you didn't say is that the drifters are coming back.
I wouldn't jinx it because they haven't ruled that out either.
Yeah.
Don't count your
Careful
chickens, man.
What you comment on, because they might come back, but in a different guise.
I'm gonna be like,
You know what? I could see them bringing them back after this change as well.
yeah.
Because change would mean that actually the drifters could kill abandoned structures in one go.
Bye-bye structure.
No, I actually don't see them doing that for exactly that reason.
Yes, it would be. That might cause a bit more problems than last time.
Mostly
The
because
thing is-
people would bitch that they didn't get to kill the abandoned structure.
Yeah, exactly. You want to create
You want
stuff
the players
for your
blowing stuff up
players,
so they can get
not
the
for your
drops.
NPCs.
Right.
Now,
Right.
now, there was a bit of a contentious kind of thing that people have been sort of talking about, on and off, which is even though it goes offline, even though there's no reinforcement timers and there's no asset safety with this stuff, you do still have a damage cap. Now,
Yeah,
what I would
but-
say with that is, that doesn't tempt the big shit out. That just tempts going at it with a small subcap group.
Well, in fairness, this isn't exactly designed for the structures that need the big shit to come down and bring a wrecking ball. It's designed
but
for
what-
clearing
but what
out the
I'm-
ass houses and the Raitaru Roach motels and maybe a Fortizar.
But what I'm
No.
saying is, there's no real reason at the moment to bring in the big guns, right?
Good.
But this could.
No, good. Kill supercaps. Just kill them.
Well, you can't
kill them
Dirk,
dead.
you can't kill them if they
Just
don't
delete the
undock
goddamn thing.
because they don't
Yeah.
need they need to undock.
Just
mean,
That's
delete
what I'm
the
Okay.
saying,
guy.
Dirk. If they're not out there in the wild doing things like
Then
say
they don't
killing,
need to exist.
abandoned structures,
Seriously though,
then you can't kill them.
how many Sotias do you think there are that aren't really in use right now? Especially with the whole mineral crisis.
I can't speak for Satios, but I'm aware of at least 6 Asbels that I've got mapped out in HiSec that will flip to abandoned afterwards.
No, but we are talking big stuff that warrants supers being dropped. So we're talking Satios and Keepstars. So
You still have a damage cap though, dude.
Even a Satio doesn't necessarily need
but
supers.
how many-
That's what I'm
many-
saying. They still have a damage cap, so like you can still. There's no point using supers on them.
How many battleships do you need to reach the damage cap on a Satio? Because it's more than one
Probably-
fleet.
It's probably
Depends.
not, actually.
Well, hopefully CCP flips that on its head, so Supers and Titans will become the actual wrecking balls.
No, kill them. Just kill them.
No, just yeah.
Just kill them.
Seriously.
Delete all of them and give people the minerals value, right?
Don't even.
Just give them their SP back. Like, sorry guys.
Okay, so
Sorry guys, these ships were bad. We're refunding your SP, but like you've just got to accept that these ships were bad for the game. And yeah, sorry, our bad.
You know,
okay,
one of the
so
things
Satio
that,
is
I'm gonna
75.
interject something here since you said that, Dirk. One of the things back when my wormhole days, right? One of the things that kept me playing back then was the fact that we got into capitals and super capitals, and we were running sites with, and we got to use the big ships, right?
Yeah.
I will tell you that, you know, I like subcap fleets when goons run them. I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy just being a line member. I'm nobody. I'm just shooting what the FC says, and I enjoy that. I do. That's not sarcasm, right? But, you know, I wish there was just something cooler we could do with the super capital fleet other than just a deterrent from attacking us.
I'm right there with you, but in fairness, at the minute, there is nothing that they do apart from sit around waiting to drop on things, and otherwise
this is where,
they
seriously,
they
this is
deploy
where-
somewhere and
Well,
like everyone runs
seriously,
the fuck away.
The whole joke aside, no one is going to delete Supers and Titans.
Yes,
Let's
we
agree
know.
on that, right? And if
Yeah.
CCP wants to put them back in the game for actual interesting utility, it will be as a bulldozer, right? It will be to be part of structure destruction.
Well,
Yeah,
but I'm
they've said
sitting
that
there
already.
going, one of the reasons not to bring them out is the stupid cap.
Yeah, and then that's why I'm saying
Exactly.
that hopefully they are going to figure out that what they really need to do is flip that on its head and say that you need to field Supers and Titans to actually do anything effectively with structures, and subcaps will be almost
God, no.
ineffective.
Because I'm not gonna lie,
That sounds
like
disgusting.
any abandoned structure that's there that hasn't been like hit and stuff like that. There's like even in the reduced EHP state, it's still gonna take ages to kill that thing with a damage cap on. Like like it's just gonna be
You've already got
boring.
You've already got the expanded damage cap and threshold from low power. That doesn't change because it goes through low power and then into abandoned. So you'll have that. So it won't take as long. But that doesn't affect the hull. So that's still going to be
Exactly.
half an hour.
Exactly.
Unlimited damage.
That'd be nice, yeah.
I mean,
But hey, one step at a time. Let's let them see how this works,
baby,
and then
Now-
are we doing?
now-
Are we
No,
doing?
no, no, no,
I just
crawl-
wanna.
Are we
I just
doing
wanna
crawl,
quickly say
walk,
something.
run? Is that what we're doing? Look at it. I just want to point this out, gentlemen. So, audience, before the show, okay, I was delivered 2 beers, and I was properly chastised because, you know, my son said, "Do you want all the beers, or do you just want a couple of the beers now?" And I said, "I want them cold, right when they come back in." So I come back in 20 minutes, and look at that. Here we are, 20 minutes later, more beer.
Yeah.
This is where you're supposed to
It's
interject that
25
beer
minutes.
should not be that cold.
All right. You know what? That was really good, Pledge. Good job. So, you know, everybody's home from college, so we're just doing our own rush week and, you know, pledging for the fraternity. So, yeah, it's good.
I just want to point out here, if you want unlimited damage, you need to bring back the ability to wrap against damage.
I mean, that would have actually been a decent use for faxes, in my opinion. Let's take the faxes on a structure up against, you know, faxes as they are now, by the way, like not faxes where they had it capped for 10 years or whatever. And yeah, I mean, there's a bit of tweaking that needs to happen with that as well. Like caps coming in after jump were a bit weird.
So are we then going to bring back Stront?
I mean, I'd be okay with bringing back the Stront mechanic. The Stront mechanic actually gave you some interesting interaction.
play.
I have said this
Like-
many times in this show before, but
Yeah.
I much prefer the Stront mechanic to the current, reinforcement mechanic.
The mechanic,
much prefer it.
the Stront mechanic itself wasn't bad. It was the UI for the mechanic.
Yeah, the UI for the mechanic was bad, but the Stront mechanic was good because it gave agency to the player. But it
So
also,
if-
but also in giving agency to the player, it also gave them the ability to fuck it up.
So realistically, where would we put that? Would you tie that into the damage cap in some way, or would you put it out in an actual active heal thing?
No, the Stront mechanic was always tied to the reinforcement. It was never tied to anything but the reinforcement of a pos. So you had no Stront in your tower, you had no reinforcement timer. It was killed, dead, one cycle, no big deal.
Yeah.
You had some Stront in it, up to the max. You could play around with your timers. Like, this was where the mechanic came in. You would either add Stront or take Stront away, and it would change how long your tower was reinforced for.
Well, let's acknowledge that there is one serious drawback to attempting to use the Stront mechanic. Okay.
You cut out right there.
There is a serious drawback to trying to use the Stront mechanic with Citadels, and that is that the Stront mechanic's limits were always based on the size of the Strontium Bay.
But that was
And
a good
with
thing, though,
Citadels-
and with
because
Citadel,
And with Citadels, you can drop an infinite amount of Stront in. So, okay, my next timer is 50.
Hey,
but you
what?
can
There
change.
is-
You can
There is nothing
could-
that you can't compensate for
that-
with
that-
code
you can set the
limitations within the
actual-
code.
Now you're asking for more coding.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard to write code. Jesus
Look,
Christ, it's a
to-
fucking
to-
timer.
You're
Okay.
asking for them to duplicate pause code.
No, I'm
No,
asking them
we're
to
not.
actually write code. It's a game. It's riddled with code. I hate to tell you.
right?
they have coders,
Yeah.
it's
Supposedly.
they're professional coders. They should be able to
Write
do
some
that.
goddamn modular
I've been
code,
working,
and
I've
you
been
can use
working
it everywhere.
real
I mean,
hard for the
I know-
last 6 months at being optimistic about the way things are going right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want them to actually code new systems, I'm
Horrendous.
Hey.
getting really, really worried.
I have to do two
Horrendous.
things.
I don't
Number
want
one-
them to design new systems, just recode systems which mimic the old system.
By the way,
I
by the
just
way,
want to point out.
duplicate
we have
pause.
to thank the
And
mob.
notarize them as they go, unlike
That's-
the last
They-
one.
they- but they'd have to have it. They'd have to have it understood and have it properly commented and documented
Oh,
in order.
it's not that hard. I have code that's 30, 40 years old out in some institutions that is so well documented that the people can still understand what the hell I did.
Yes,
Jesus
but
Christ, it's not
no,
that hard.
No, look, it's not that hard if you do it when you do it. I'm in the same situation there, Eric. I've got game code out there that's like, God, it's 20 years old now, but it's still there. It's still being used. It's well documented. But you know what? That's because it was documented when it was written.
Yes.
Because I'm not an idiot. The code asked them to duplicate wasn't, and they don't know how it works. If they knew how it works, it wouldn't be a problem.
So,
Yeah, but they know how they want it to work, so why can't they just
yeah,
get
what
a
the
new
fuck
bit
is
of
that?
code
require
and rewrite how they
code.
want it to work? Like, that's
I'm
what I'm
just saying,
talking
I'm just saying,
about.
we have to thank Hydrowa for his gift to McLeod
Yeah,
of
man.
a sub
thank you.
and also his 22 months. And by the way, I have a question, just to be obnoxious. Anybody need any hand sanitizer? We all good? You guys okay? Need some?
I've got my
We
products.
got a couple.
I'm good.
I was gonna snort it myself. Yeah.
So not mainlining it.
I was hoping that at some point on the OpenCom show that like Dirk would make like a hand sanitizer with like Tito's on it, like, and just have like some Tito's vodka in it, and just be like that.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
That would have been
Would've been
awesome.
pretty funny.
That would've
But
been awesome.
I would like to take a moment
Yes.
to track back to something that was said in the comments by Rimmonsbeard. Look at the numbers; they're highly boosted by Corona. By the way, there you go, demonetized.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, you're talking
curious-
about beer.
I'm curious
There's
how-
nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
curious how it
Not
ends
necessarily
after.
demonetized there.
Yeah, we're
Corona's
talking
a
about
beer.
beer.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
We're-
I'm curious how it ends afterwards. Ribbonsbeard?
Well,
I
actually,
find your
Hang on.
optimism that it will end to be very.
I just-
your lack of faith disturbing.
I am in a.
Nah,
by the way,
nah.
to
It's
answer
very simple. It's very
Strugak-
simple. This is a bubble. Bubbles burst.
No, they don't.
That's all it is.
No way, man.
True. True. But
Unlimited
addiction
issue.
is last.
The implications of it bursting.
You know, bottom line is you put that many new players back in the game or new players in the game, whatever it is, right? Whatever combination it is, you're more likely to have a higher percentage enjoy the game and stay. So, I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, yes, I know what I just said, right? But, you know, people playing Eve is a good thing, okay? And by the way, Stray Jack, what? What do you mean I'm an essential worker? I'm an essential worker twice over. Everybody loves me.
I'm more curious about what Obi Owen said.
What?
When Carolina expands enough, we can have new systems. Carolina's expanding. Has anybody warned Georgia and Virginia?
Well, but there's two Carolinas.
Well, we don't know
North
which
and
one.
South.
They may be working together.
Well, they could be working together. They could be working to take over
I
the
wanna-
entire smoked meat.
How is Carolina expanding?
market.
I want to know where East and West went. Like, where did
What are
East and
you-
West go?
What are you talking about? I thought everything is Ohio.
Ohio,
Yeah, I will never run for office.
Ohio doesn't exist, and I have a photograph somewhere that.
My European friends.
Isn't Ohio just a place where nobody actually wanted, so they just decided to name
Ohio
something
doesn't
so it didn't?
exist.
Oh, okay.
See, so the places that are in what's called Ohio, they're actually somewhere in like Pennsylvania or someplace, because when you leave Cleveland going west, all right, on the interstate you will see a big sign that says Jersey Shore 1 mile.
Really? I've never seen this.
Yeah, it's on either 78 or 80. I forget which one I was on.
I want to go up there, drive up there, and look now. But for my European friends,
I'm gonna do the next best
people
thing.
from
I'm gonna
Ohio-
Google.
You're gonna
don't-
Google Earth.
they don't call it Ohio. It's Ohio. They trust the high. It's Ohio.
You mean the same way it's Arkansas, just to piss all the people from Arkansas?
Oh, hi as a
Nobody
motherfucking
says
Kaido.
that. However, when you're
Oh,
talking
you
about
should though.
when you're talking about the Dakotas and Kansas and all those states there in the middle, man, you don't get corn, rice, or wheat associated with the right state. Oh my God, they will like curse you like till and your firstborn and everything. I mean, your entire family will be terrible.
Well, I just want
Eric,
to make a few
Eric,
corrections.
come on. There's
here,
a
right?
much easier way to annoy specific. Oregon.
I just want to correct everyone here. All of these names are false. It's the former colonies.
No, that's only the East Coast.
I mean,
by the
he's
way,
got you there.
Yeah, a good
Gargos.
third of the country should still be Virginia. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Dirk. We kicked your ass.
I mean, I love how I'm getting name checked in this, and I've not said a word in the last
That's right, Dirk. That's right.
What do you mean kick
Back
their
in-
ass?
back-
I believe it was the French that kicked
Stop.
their ass.
So, back in 1776, Eric totally kicked Dirk's ass. That's how
Well, whether we
That's just
paid
how
the
it goes,
French,
eh?
if we paid the French to kick your ass, that's like even worse.
No.
Yeah, the debt that
I
you
mean,
then
because the
defaulted
French,
on,
the
right?
French like surrender to everyone.
Now I have to.
Okay. Hang on a sec. Just because I do have to point this one thing out. All right. So, it's all well and good to point out defaulting on the debt, blah blah blah. But I got 2 words: Marshall Plan.
Yes.
That's like
Where
that's like eating
we
a Zag
paid
nut
to
bar.
rebuild all of Europe and then said, yeah, you don't owe us.
You're leaving out the fact
Right.
that it gets some interest rates on those things, right?
All of Europe?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
all
half of
Europe.
Germany. Only half of Germany.
No, Eric. Let's be honest here. If we weren't rebuilding, if we weren't doing that in the West, the Russians wouldn't have built anything in the East. They would have just
didn't.
left it a freaking desolate plain.
They did. They literally ripped everything that was remotely technology out and shipped it to Russia. That's what the Russians did in East Germany.
Yeah, there you go. You see. But they did build a wall.
I have a piece of that wall.
Well,
supposedly.
hey, I see that.
No, they didn't build a wall. They had the
Okay.
Germans build the wall.
Okay, they had the Germans build the wall, but let's face it. The Germans would have.
Is
The
that where
Germans
the
built
idea
it more
comes from?
efficiently anyway.
True. I mean,
Yeah,
they
true.
did it overnight. Like, do you know any other people that could build a wall around half of the country overnight?
Dude,
I believe
does
America's attempting to.
No,
but
Hey,
I
that-
don't
look,
think that's
no.
going so well.
Yeah, but it
Actually,
already
it's
partly
not
fell over. So
You have to understand that is a brilliant and effective plan. Walls work, and Mongolia is proof.
There you go.
I mean,
11
yes, Bloody
cases.
Angel does have it in
Why?
chat.
Why do they only have 11 cases?
they only
Big
had
beautiful
11
wall on the
tests.
southern border. China paid for it.
There you go. Look at Screaming PC. By the way, fantastic barbecue in the state of Texas. Did everybody go quiet?
I haven't
Freeze?
been there.
What if-
I haven't.
What if
like,
your
I haven't
city
been
has
to
more
Texas
people than
to,
Texas?
to try?
Yeah,
it,
there
so.
you go. There you go. The no, you guys come over from Europe. You come visit, America. We'll take you on a tour of the country, baby.
Do you mind?
Well, you guys are
Everything
opening
is
up
great.
anyway, so you might as well.
Just because we want you to enjoy all the things. Just like
We're
if
not allowed.
we came to Europe, we'd want you to show us all the things.
Eric, I think we're not allowed to come over right now.
I mean, even if we were, I'm not coming to any country that's advocating injecting yourself with disinfectant. Thanks.
hey,
Hey.
it's a choice. You could choose to do it or choose not to do it.
If
fine.
you don't want the saline drip, man.
No.
Okay.
It's not the saline drip, Eric. Come on. You had
This
to have
is
seen.
the Dettol drip.
Seriously, Dirk, you have to be careful, right? Because Dominic Cummings is now on that panel with the scientists, so you don't know what's going to happen with the next few.
I don't have to be careful at all. Dominic Cummings is a fucking moron. And
He might just come
So,
up
you
with
know.
some
Obi Owen?
suggestions
I don't
like
want to
this.
say anything, but he really
Because
sounds
I don't-
more like
I
a
don't wanna-
porn star than
Obi
anything
Owen,
else.
I don't want to actually get into dragging this shit into that shit, but just Google injection disinfectants. You'll find out what people are.
Just
People are
to
stupid.
let you know, Eric, the S is on his surname, not his first name.
I'm just saying that I mean, we did have the whole Tide Pod conversation here a long time ago. Okay,
Well, that's
There-
why I
there-
thought that it would be a good
you know,
conversation to
that's
go on.
Tide
because-
Pod.
there's one
up
fix to
bleach.
stupid. There's one fix to stupid. It's called Darwin. Okay, I
I
mean,
mean,
seriously.
that is kind of why I'm not too bothered by what's being said, because if people are really that dumb,
Seriously. Now, it is not.
There was
an
a great meme with that, by the way.
There actually isn't an uncommon thing for doctors to do. Is you guys know what Neosporin is? Do you guys have
Yes.
that? Okay, Neosporin. They will actually put Neosporin up their nose before they go into surgery.
Eric, I've just got to ask: did you get your door fixed, or is that your door I'm hearing?
That
No,
was my.
that's his
That was
door.
lovely, Mrs. Asmok coming in from the garage. I don't know why she comes in from the
Okay.
garage, because she can come in with a front door, which is fine.
Eric, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm like I'm somewhere in my 50s.
Okay, so you remember at least the tail end of the 1980s?
I remember all the way back to the actual swearing in of Gerald Ford.
Okay. I just want to double check
that's
that.
oddly specific.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
I can dig
strange
it.
memory.
I can dig it. That's a childhood memory. I get it.
It happened, and he was like, "Oh shit! Now I have to take notice of everything."
No, I was homesick
Eric?
that day.
Eric,
Yeah.
as a New Yorker who remembers the '80s, I can assure you, doctors put a lot of things up their noses before surgery.
See, I'm only 30 and I understood that one.
No. I was just saying, as a, it's actually, it's a precaution, both a two-way precaution, right? So that they do, they actually do that. It's a strange thing. I thought it was odd, but they do. Yes, I understand what you're saying, though. In the '80s, a lot of
In the 80s, a lot of people put a lot of.
you know,
stuff
I
up
remember
there.
I remember the world
the
before
60s
cable
too.
television, and when MTV actually premiered and played actual music videos.
Yeah, I
God,
think there was this,
back in the ancient
there was
times.
a documentary about it, right, called The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
In the documentary.
Yes.
yeah, that was there are a lot of interesting scenes in that show.
There's a lot of interesting scenes, but there is not more funny scene than the one of him realizing how careful he had actually driven his white Lamborghini. Where he looks past and he just sees his Lamborghini completely fucking wrecked. Great.
Actually, I'm so old that I live about 4 miles from where Jonas Salk actually created the polio vaccine.
Yes, because age determines geography.
Horrendous.
Well, here's the interesting thing. It used to be a Burger King, and now it's Taco Bell.
That's like devolution, right?
I don't know. But, we're eating a lot of Taco Bell, and we're pretty sure we're, shielded against any sort of Corona beverage. So that we don't get demonetized. It's a beverage.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Which
well,
they
yeah, I
do
mean,
not
like-
sell at Taco Bell, I should point.
They don't.
What the hell?
But they
but
do
do they
sell
sell
the
it in pints?
Baja
They sell the
Blast.
soul.
Because Taco Bell is all Pepsi product.
It is.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
a Coke. I'm a Coke product.
So
kinda
Mountain
guy.
Dew.
What are you guys?
Coke Zero is live.
Who is that?
Scythe is here.
Scythe.
Scythe
Guess what-
actually
guess
sounds
what-
normal this week.
Scythe is actually at his house instead of driving between multiple offices to tell people how to do their job.
Holy crap! So we could speak while you're speaking, and we won't
No,
hear
no, I'm
ourselves.
God.
just gonna move the actual good mic in front of the speakers.
Scythe.
Wait, you're
Guess-
telling me
guess what
that's
I'm
the good
drinking.
mic?
Macallan 18.
Guess what? No.
Nice.
I got nothing.
It's the Mad Beach Brew.
Oh, is it the one I brought you?
Yeah,
Yeah, aviator man.
it's excellent. I'm pretending I'm on the beach.
That's fine.
It's not.
I'm
really
drinking.
working.
I'm gonna start drinking some Glenmorgan 14 here.
By the way,
Not
I
a bad
can't even
choice.
get on our
Stateside.
State Store website to even check the price of Macallan.
That sucks.
It's very sad. However, I may have to drive down and get some then.
Yeah, I checked our state website and then I called my buddy who's a store manager and he's like, "Oh no, I got it for like $2.60."
That is like
Or-
super cheap nowadays.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't understand what we're talking about, a lot of distilleries are having to put their higher end products on a lower price because they have lost so much in sales right now. So if you are a Scotch drinker, that's really nice because that means you can go get really good stuff for a really good discount if you have the funds.
All
I
the
remember.
border shops around here. I live at the border to Denmark. And there's a lot of border shops here because the Danish people come over to buy literally everything because it's cheaper over here. And
Caleb, is that where you got your toilet paper?
Aren't the Danish? Isn't the Danish border still closed?
yes,
Sure.
so that's why all the shops had to close, right? And they were selling all of the meat for like
Ah,
75% off.
We get all our meat from
Steak
Germany.
for life. You just eat so much steak.
I
Happy Van
wish.
Winkle
They're
Man.
buying meat and then going, by the way, do you sell deep freezers?
One of the best things about having this fever break is that I'm going to be able to go outside again,
Nice.
and that means I can go and actually like get a steak. I am looking forward to that.
You can't get your steak delivered?
Well, I could, but then I couldn't like pick it out and make sure it's the steak I want, and just do it properly, and it'd be whatever they pick for me, and I don't trust the people who pick these things.
Dirk is going outside with a sledgehammer to whack his own cow.
That's how you do.
That is one of my favorite Dennis Leary skits. Did you guys ever hear that? He talks about how he likes his steak cooked. He likes it rare. He goes like mooing. He goes, as a matter of fact, just bring the cow to the table. I'll cut off what I want and ride the rest home. It's just
the phrase I like, the phrase that I've heard before is like, "Oh, how do you like your steaks?" Like, so that a good vet can revive it.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, that's about right.
Can I tell you a fun fact I learned today? It's some science here. Do you all know the idea of what a Karen is in like customer service?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you who know what a Karen is, just so you're using
Explain
the correct
it to 'em.
terminology. Okay. Well, a Karen is someone who the first thing
Karen
in their
wants to
mouth
see
says,
your
"I need to see
manager."
your manager," when all they need is something really, really stupid that anyone else could take care of. And then want to complain about stuff that is not the store's problem, like, "Oh, you put an island in front of the store. Now I can't turn left into." That's a person who would be.
Yes,
I asked-
Green PC. It's Becky's friend.
I asked to see your manager, and you wouldn't get your manager immediately for me. So now I have to put it in a complaint to your manager about the fact that you wouldn't get your manager for
Correct. Well, I've learned
Like the
today
fact that
that
you are
a
the manager.
group of Karens is called a privilege.
Privileged Karens, nice.
That's nice. I like that.
So you feel free to use that term because it makes me really happy. I started cracking up when I heard.
I like it.
That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna pass that one along.
Oh yeah, and seriously, in the UK, our office got the same thing, or basically like all of our supermarkets. The moment we went lockdown, every non-essential business has to shut. Like within 2 days, basically every supermarket in the country was running low on alcohol and couldn't get supplies in fast enough to keep up with our drinking rate. So we had to go, okay, if you're an off license, you can open again.
So what does that really say about your country?
I mean, Eric, our country is doing the
pretty
same.
obvious.
I mean, I get it that American teens eat Tide Pods. I understand.
I mean, that
We
was
don't,
never
we don't
actually
trust
a thing.
our we don't trust our water supply. That's what it is.
Look,
No. So
the Scottish were running out of drinks. We had to supply them. It's not our fault. They're all drunk.
There you
I
go.
mean, we were running out.
does
in
that make them
Cambridge,
bad people?
August.
I mean, I'm asking, does that make them bad people?
No, it
No,
makes
it makes them
them
Scottish.
true warriors.
Okay,
Because if
making
you
sure.
can't fight a disease while drunk, you're not fighting properly.
There you go.
That doesn't make them bad people.
It
Plenty
makes
of
them technically it makes them battle ragers, but
It's a
that's all.
safety precaution. You don't want the Scottish to be sober.
God no, that's how the IRA happened.
That was the
Start
idea.
inventing
Yeah,
things.
you
again.
see
How
what
did we
happened
get
when
to
they
the
took all their
IRA?
alcohol away?
By the way, has anybody
I mean,
read any of the dev blogs or anything?
I don't know what a dumb
We
word
already discussed it.
Actually,
You,
I have read.
you say that like it's plural. Was it
Oh,
plural?
oh, there is-
I
there
can
is
go
a
over. I can
plural.
go over the new patch notes
No,
here.
No,
So-
there is a plural for the dev blogs.
Yeah.
There is one thing that we haven't talked about yet that we should talk about.
Okay, Dirk,
Let's not.
talk
though.
about
I have
it.
a joke I want to make instead.
Uh-oh.
You make a joke and then we'll talk about
Hold
it.
on. Time out.
patch
Time
notes.
out. Time out.
Here's some
Time out.
important
Time
patch
out.
notes here.
Time out. Whatever his name, Cersei, whatever. He said we talked about Eve already. We don't have to do it
You mean
anymore.
Yeah,
seriously?
exactly. That's why I'm going to read these patch notes to you. So just so you know, they fixed several bugs that cause players' state to be incorrect when you're playing, and now you can have more troops if you start off with the Britannian Empire and Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Which if you're not playing that right now, you should. The Empire actually gets everything is more expensive, which is bullshit because they're the Romans and they didn't pay anyone for anything. They just took. Also, the Vikings now suck again. So sorry about that.
If I
Which is
remember
the war.
correctly, the Romans never got up this far where I am because they got stuck between
Yeah,
some
they got-
trees.
They got stuck in Gaul, all right? Just pipe
They
down.
did pay.
No, that's all.
Seriously.
That is
Romans
all
did pay.
revisionist
They gave you
propaganda.
citizenship,
Wait, hold on.
which was definitely payment, and they gave you land. This is actually how they created their own destruction.
Wait, there's
because
more-
the land that they gave were the people that then fucking fucked them over.
Hey, hold it.
So
hold it.
there's another really important. They've added traditional Chinese as a language option, so now all the hackers can do it without having to translate.
Ah, cool.
Look, this is all revisionist history. You're just
All
trying.
history
you're
is
just trying
revisionist.
You're just trying to. I mean, like Solf's claims about the Romans and trees and Caleb's nonsense. Look, everybody knows that the way this all went was sometime around 3000 BC. Gandhi nuked everybody because God had a difficult.
All right.
Hey,
So, actual Eve stuff that we should talk about in a dev blog that we should talk about.
Avengers did that already in one line.
We have to
Dirk,
go through this.
go ahead.
This was not the
yes.
reason why this was not the reason why this particular show was created. You do realize this.
I don't give a shit, McLeod. All right.
I thought this show was created by drinking and playing a zombie game.
Talking stick,
It
and
was.
I will talk.
I think we could take the talking stick away from him by force.
no. You know what? He was dying and he had a fever, and now he can finally go out and buy a steak. So let's let him talk. I don't know.
Doug,
I
think-
red meat. That would have killed the fever.
Because you were close to death.
Yeah,
What do
near
you want to
death.
say, Dirk?
So yeah, we should talk about.
I'm sorry, we're out of time.
I mean, fair.
Go ahead, Dirk.
All right.
Dirk, go ahead. Come on.
Horrendous is killing me.
No, we should talk about the CSM thing just a little while we're live.
Wasn't
Oh,
that
yeah,
last
that's
week?
Look,
Okay.
look, we're not TIS. We don't cover CSM.
Hey, yes we do, because our good friend Brisk Rubal is running again, and we will all be voting for him.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
that-
You
yeah.
sure about that?
Yes,
I'm-
Brisk is running.
Yes, I
We
asked
will all
Bruce,
be voting for him.
I asked
Won't we,
Bruce
Bard?
myself, and he said he's running again. So
He's
there you
even
go.
dropped a campaign teaser. Where's that YouTube video that I watched?
Oh, he dropped
What's
on
he-
YouTube.
what's he paying
That
per
campaign
vote?
teaser? How do we not open the show with that, man? I mean,
I don't fucking know.
That's
formally-
you.
I formally endorse.
You run
Chris.
this shit.
That was
I
up
don't
to
know
you,
what-
dude.
Dirk,
I don't-
seriously,
I
how
have
much is he
zero-
paying per vote?
I have
I
zero
need to
control
know
over
how
you
much
people.
my vote is worth now.
Your vote is worth getting somebody of actual worth on the CSM for once. I'm
But
not
I still-
actually.
I still
No,
need my
that's not
kickbacks.
true. Aerith is
Okay.
of worth, and Merkelchen is of worth, and Nom Noms is of worth, and
They're dirty
Billy
high
is.
sectors.
And...
Good,
I think-
good
you know what?
backpedal before I go into the Illuminati.
So,
and tell
so
people-
I noticed a distinct absence of a mention of Olmeca Gold as
Well,
Who?
I'm not discussing LOL Mecha. Come on.
lol.
I mean,
Mecha.
apparently he's probably not running.
Let me just
Yeah.
describe.
All right,
that
so
if
I just
were
dropped
in
the
a
YouTube
jungle
link,
in
Brisk.
Vietnam and Olmeca was in my troop, we'd put him on point and roll a grenade under him. I'm just saying.
wow, that's
Um,
hard.
I'm just
So-
Why you
saying.
have to- well, that's not fair.
So yeah,
So
I just
there.
threw a link
He
in
was
chat.
dumb enough to
That's-
stand in front of us. What?
That's Brisk's. I just threw a YouTube link in Twitch
Oh,
chat.
we're opening the show
and
with that next week. I gotta
That
look.
that's Brisk's campaign treat.
Hold
teaser.
on. You know, I'm gonna let this run and hold it.
Let's just run it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run it. I'll run it
It's
before
like
the end.
40
Let me
seconds.
let me
Let's
cue
run
it
it.
up. Let me cue it up. Okay. You
Yeah,
guys
I
go
just want
talk.
to say something to
Hey,
Dirk.
Eric, can you cue that video? I don't. Can you do that for us?
I will cue the
We'll sort that
video.
out.
I will cue
Thank
the
you.
video.
Okay, cue that video.
While we wait for that, I just want to point out,
Whoop.
Dirk, I think your country is the only one of the people present here that is still using a talking stick in their government.
Is that actually
I
a
love
thing?
the
No
concept of a
comment.
stocking stick.
I'm not saying anything about the fact that we have an actual mace for when our parliament can meet.
Man, I don't know shit about Parliament. And I don't know if you're lying.
No,
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 it's
it's
an
we
actual
do
thing.
actually have one, yeah.
There's a mace that has to be at a particular point on the table for
So what you're
the
telling
session
me
to be valid.
Is I could speak softly, carry a big stick, and if you argue with me, I can just beat the shit out of you.
No, it's even better.
It's better than that.
Um,
So
Someone can just pick up the mace and run out, and they are not allowed to do any government stuff anymore for the whole day.
You have to retrieve the mace before the government dealings can resume.
It gets better. It gets even better if you are in the House of Lords. You actually vote by moving to the bar.
Okay, at least we have checks and balances.
This is my new favorite thing.
However, like, you know, primitive those checks and balances are.
Are you still proud that you threw all of that tea into the sea?
You know,
We paid for it first.
we paid for it.
Hey, it was an
It
experiment.
was a bought. The tea was bought. It was a protest, not destruction of property.
if that's how the House of Lords votes, it sounds like we'd get a lot more done if we replaced the Senate with one.
Hey, exactly.
I mean,
welcome to why we haven't
yeah.
got rid of it yet.
I mean, the irony is that they're actually pretty effective, and
All right.
as much
Honestly,
as it's an archaic
should we-
institution,
I
it has done stuff in favor of the people several times recently.
The House of Lords is probably the only thing stopping us from becoming, like,
America.
significantly on the way to fascist.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were going to go that direction.
Same.
I'm not fucking around here.
Fair enough.
This is one of those times where I can't remember my login, so I can't shit up chat right.
I am not someone
That's
who will
unfortunate.
prevaricate over our current government. They are significantly on the way to fascist, and the House of Lords is the only thing keeping them in check at the minute. So, yeah, I'm pro House of Lords right now.
Yeah, dude.
But everyone loves a fascist dictator.
Not when it's Boris Johnson.
That's fair.
I mean, you got to put the word in comment.
Since we're already talking about politics, y'all see that Kim Jong Huzitz is like in a coma or something?
Oh,
Is
that's
he
a
actually?
shame. Too bad.
They're just they're trying to figure out how to, you know, transfer his consciousness into the massive, you know, like mechanoid body suit that
Can
he's gonna
I
have.
just get one of those little desk bells go ding? Thank you for playing. I mean, come on, seriously. Am I gonna
I just
have a problem?
like the fact that all
the dude
these.
didn't even like Shamrock Shakes or the McRib. So how cool can he be?
But did you notice that all these summer children think that it's necessarily going to be a positive thing that a female takes over?
Hey,
Horrendous. This is something you should teach people about. That
I'm gonna-
females are not necessarily nice.
can I raise my hand? I have it queued up whenever you boys are ready.
I mean,
Caleb,
Eric, is that
Why-
cute?
why would I be the one to teach anybody about this? We've got people who lived under Thatcher.
That's true. But you're the history buff. You can take them further than Thatcher.
I don't think I need to.
I mean, we could go back to Boudica if we want, but I'm not sure that's necessarily somewhere that anybody wants to go.
All
Well,
right.
wasn't she more a gangster
Hey.
than
Oh,
actual?
she was like properly. I will get in there and fuck your shit up for
Are,
sure.
are we ready for the formal push to talk
I-
endorsement of
Yeah,
Brisk?
go for it.
Yeah,
I think yes.
Risk
right.
is more important than us bitching about politics.
Everyone and just push the button.
I'm not turning your sound off. So if you're, you know, if you
Turn
talk
it
No,
over
no,
the
no,
video,
no, no,
it's
no.
not my
Mute
fault.
everyone and push
No.
the video. Like,
Here it
If you
goes.
don't mute us, we're going
Everyone
to speak
shut up.
random shit about it.
Dad, do I really have to keep on mining? I want to go and play Minecraft with my friends.
Yes.
Oh man, this sucks.
Yeah, Brisk baby.
I want to say what he's doing.
I love this
Fine.
original
Okay.
video where
That's
he's in
child
front
play.
of everything.
Well,
right?
he's gonna. I'm sure he's gonna have an
The one you
actual
were about
proper
to play there?
campaign video.
Yeah,
like
well,
that's
you
just
know, I
a
stopped.
teaser.
Just the teaser.
Just a
Teaser, baby.
Did you notice the writing on the chat?
No, I didn't.
I
What did it
didn't-
say? I didn't look.
Well, guess you have to go back and watch it again.
Cue that back up. I didn't see it.
Cue it again.
Cue it back up. Cue it back up. I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Seriously?
I was not paying attention.
Do we?
We'll play it again. next
Look,
time. I'll watch
look. You got to convince every one of my accounts to vote for
Yeah,
Brisk
I need
right
to see it
now.
at least.
So we got to run this 70 times.
for every.
I'm just saying. It's gonna be great.
So what you just indirectly said there.
Oh, hold on. I was. It was an unsieged Rourke. Jeez.
It was on Siege.
There we go.
You think he's gonna let his kid put a Rourke into Siege like a pleb?
I mean, why not? For the sake of a campaign.
Anyway. They're cheap.
Like-
Anyway. I got like 12. I don't even play anymore.
Hey, Soth, do you want my wife to go in and out that door again? Just asking for a friend.
Apparently, it's a combat Rourke that has no indie core fitted. So,
I love our combat Rourke.
Special shout out.
I gotta take
Brisk.
off.
Yes, yeah.
Later,
Special
later.
shout out to Brisk Rubal, who just subbed tier 2 for 25 months, man.
Oh yeah.
And
I
of
mean,
course he said-
we've got to say what his comment is there.
Of course, he
this
said,
is
"Fuck mining."
why Brisk gets our endorsement, because Brisk comes in with a tier 2 sub for 25 months, and his only comment is "fuck mining." Like that's a thing that we can get behind.
How does that really work?
I'm sitting on a lot of plex.
Brisk,
Caleb's like, this isn't functional. This won't work in an economy. He's like, no, that's not quite what Brisk is trying to say.
Brisk,
Brisk
can,
is just being awesome.
Can we get a confirmation right here, right now, that if we elect you as CSM, then you'll campaign for the deletion of all super capitals?
I mean, we can get better than that.
You know what? You have to give him time to get his platform.
Hey, we've got whoa, Size, we've got Brisk in the channel.
Oh,
Defend his fit for that Rourke.
Good afternoon,
mining.
Brisk.
Fuck mining.
Yay.
That is Brisk 2020. Fuck mining. That's my platform.
I'm making those bumper stickers. I'm putting them all over my vans, Brisk.
It's kind of funny because that's like a catchphrase in my corp because all of I'm like the main PvPer in my corp. Everybody else in my corp, they're all crazy industry guys. And they like the PvP and stuff like that. Mainly they are like the king Rourke miners. We got guys with like 5 and 6 Rourkes, and I have like 1 combat Rourke, and I've never used it.
See, Brisk, this is why you're the only KF director that's never been in Karma Fleet. You should just accept it and come across now.
Pretty much, right? So, yeah. So my joke is always these guys talk about mining. All right, when's the next moon coming out? All that kind of stuff, and I just sit there. I'm like, fuck mining.
Just a small precaution, because it sounds like Arrogance are going to do stickers. If you do fuck crabbing, fuck mining, and fuck drilling, you have to make sure that you're using them in the right states in America, because otherwise I don't think it's safe.
And there's the old terminology that you definitely don't want to use.
You just have to be sure that you know what you're mining for in what state.
I'm just pointing out that you need to make sure that you have the right sticker for the right state.
The good thing is Brisk is where he is, and I'm not gonna dox him, but where he may be one state over, and he said fuck mining, there'd be people burning his house down right now.
That is probably true. Although we have some of that in southern part of my state. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the next
This is
state
why
over, they're
Brisk
kind of
has-
scary. They don't use floss, so
I have been in a coal mine before. I like real mining in real life. I just don't like it in Eve. So go figure.
Yeah, real mining in real life actually requires skill. Mining in Eve doesn't.
You can't watch
Hey.
Netflix while you're
Hold
mining.
it. Have you actually watched Gold Rush, McLeod?
No.
Okay.
Hey,
You need to watch that
it
show.
takes skill, doesn't mean they're all competent.
There you go.
That goes for literally anything, though, Bard.
Yes.
So,
And Chewy says in chat, I think a coveter is lying around somewhere.
Yeah.
Karma Fleet guys delivered random coveters and procurers to me in 39p, like one a day for a month and a half. I had like 20 of them sitting in there.
I bet you used them all, didn't you?
I sold them right back to those people. I think I still have some in there, though, unfortunately.
I think we have to, Brisk, upon your election, as the next president of the CSM, I think we should have an honorary battle coveter fleet that goes out.
I just have to.
I have a battle porpoise, I think, over there.
We need to do something.
I have to
something crazy.
interject real quick.
Okay.
The CSM does not have presidents. The CSM
they
has
will.
chairman.
They will.
You forgot yet.
No. The CSM has chairman.
Let me rephrase.
So it will be
Has-
Chairman Brisk.
It will be
Not
Supreme Leader Brisk. Okay.
I mean, effectively, yes, because chairman, yes.
Do they all swear fealty to CCP chair?
No, because
Is that why they call chairman?
I mean,
CCP
CCP chair is
chair.
one of the best CCPs we've ever encountered.
yeah,
so
clearly
why not?
he writes the best code. That's for sure. It's well
Shayak says,
documented.
"Am I aware that my ship is made up of all of these minerals that were mined?"
Mm-mm,
The answer
no,
to that is
no.
yes, but not by me, and
Yeah,
that's why it's
that's-
good.
You know, there's an important safety tip there. Not by me.
In fairness, like CCP made mining in HiSec some of the best mining around. So let's just repurpose all of those HiSec solo players.
Well, hold on. They did that and then they nerfed it. And sorry, bro.
Yeah, not as much as Nullsec though. So you know.
Yeah. So
I'm
Brisk,
on
Swings and
about the
roundabouts.
trig rats.
not that it's important because it's really not. But you know, we have formally endorsed you as the supreme leader of the CSM for.
Well,
We look forward to your actual campaign video, by the way.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm worried about. I did the teaser, and I was thinking, all right, I'll do the teaser. People should like this. And then I realized there were so many people that forgot my first campaign video or didn't remember that my kid was in it and he was mining and we had the Hard Knocks joke, that I don't think some people got the joke of me having him still mining a year later. But that's why I thought it was funny, and I think people that appreciated it liked it because they recognized what the joke was.
I'm
But,
just sad we didn't see your coffee mug again.
I had it in my hand, but I couldn't get it in the frame. It didn't look right, so I couldn't use
That's
it.
fair.
But I did. I was totally holding it because I was hoping I could get it in there.
Your kid.
But yeah, I guess it
dunking
is. I guess
cookies
it's
in
2
it
years
would be
later
good.
now.
They're well. I mean, a lot of people said that, like, you know, your son is the spitting image of you, kind of thing. And it'd be kind of funny if, like, if like he spoke and your voice came out, would be really strange.
That would be really weird.
See, I think he looks a lot like his mom.
He does look like Mrs. Brisk. So I give her a lot
see
of
a
credit
little
that
mom
he's a
in
good-looking kid. Plus, it's also helpful that, you know, at least I know for sure he's mine because he looks too much like me to not be mine. So there you go. On the video, here's the thing. I'm worried about the commercial guys because I'll tell you, like, I can't go outside. I can't film shots in the city or anything.
Well, that's right.
And my staff that was all there doing it, they can come over to the house or anything. So I might have to cobble this one together. And I don't know how good the production values are going to be because
Come up to the Social Republic of Pennsylvania. We'll film you anywhere you want.
I got to figure it out. I mean, I've got green screens and I can do all of that stuff. I just need a better quality camera than the one that I have. I was using my buddy that when we did the first commercial had a high end DLR or DSLR, whatever the hell it is, that we were using, and that's what we filmed it on. And then we had audio that was on one of those little sticks, and I have one of those. That's not an issue, but the camera itself is the paint. So we'll see.
Well, the thing
May not
is,
be as
Brisk,
good
Order
quality,
an-
but we'll do another.
Or
one.
order a fancy camera just for this.
Well,
I
could-
Just
I-
use
I've
it
considered
just
it.
for
That's the
this.
thing.
Considered it.
that's the thing, Dirk. Like, you know, with all the mainstream media kind of like setting up their own like little home studios and like getting better cameras and stuff like that for better quality for their for their networks to do all that they need to do. All of the decent cameras and all of the decent hardware, like, it's kind of sold out.
It's all
Which
right.
really
Brisk
sucks.
has money. He can afford it.
It's
No,
not a
you
question.
really- I
I'm
mean-
more concerned about getting it here in time
Mm.
Yeah.
because I don't have a lot of time to film because they really restricted the timing this
They
year.
really did.
You
didn't
know,
they?
I'll just
Like,
gift
first week
you
of
an
June.
Amazon
Like, it was kinda
Prime
crazy.
membership for crying out loud. Jesus.
I've got one.
Well, then,
Don't we-
order.
Don't
In
we have
fairness,
Some
like,
some dude in a little
it-
Prime van will drive right up there and drop it off on your porch. Come on.
There you go.
In fairness,
it'll be someone who Eric has kind of said to go there.
And by the way, he'll get 10 cents for dropping that on your porch.
like, in fairness, Brisk, you've got another 2 days until you can submit the paperwork anyway.
That is true.
And then you've got till the 18th of May. Probably like longer than the 18th of May if you wanted to drop the video. Like, when's the 18th of May? The 18th of May is a Monday. Because you can't put the video out before the campaign period begins, can you?
I'm thinking about this.
You got to do it in the middle of the campaign.
You got to do it properly. So you've got till like the 22nd of May to go ahead and get that sorted out. That's enough time, right? That's like 4 weeks.
Should probably work.
I got a friend in the news business. Maybe we can work this into your video.
Are they close enough to Brisk to like make that vaguely work?
I'm sure we can arrange something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I really just need to find the camera that I want to get because it's such a pain in the ass trying to find good cameras.
I'll tell you,
should find a camera for me.
the Canon Rebel will do everything that you want it to do.
What was that, Brisk?
I need you to find me a good camera.
That'll be a difficult thing.
Well, get it done. Our candidate of choice needs your help, McLeod. What are you doing? Prevaricating here.
Hey,
Get on it.
I'm also thinking, you could also utilize some Adobe stock as well, maybe.
You realize
some sections of films, You
realize that if we interview anybody on this show that's like going for the CSM, have a little thing for them. I mean, the question is going to be, so why do you think you're better than Brisk? Because we endorsed him.
Oh.
I think this is fine.
Yeah.
How much child labor do you use? We would like to know.
Exactly.
No, seriously, Brisk, I thought you really did a great job when you were on there. And so it's like, I know we're kind of jagging around here, but yeah, I seriously think you did a phenomenal job, and you're one of the adults on the table in front of CSM. So I think it was important that you were there, and I look forward to you being back. Seriously,
I appreciate that, and I'm hoping that I can pull this off again. I think the biggest thing I'm concerned about is I don't want people just assuming, all right, he was already on, he got elected before, he's on the talk shows and stuff, that I'm like some kind of shoe-in, and because what happens then is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I know,
right?
You guys all need to
he's
vote.
Gonna win, so I don't have to vote. And then I look like a schmuck.
Get out and fucking vote, guys. Like this is the same. This is the same kind of no. Soth, give me two seconds. Like this is the same kind of argument that happens every time real world elections come around, and I don't try and talk about this too much because I get super soapboxed about it. But whenever you have an election in your area, go out and fucking vote. I don't care if it's like your borough council, I don't care if it's your city council, your mayor, your actual representative to your, national government. Get out and fucking vote and have a say. Do a little bit of research. Just get off your ass a little bit and do a little bit of research and vote for the people who you think will represent you best. Because just generally, getting up and having your say means that if they end up doing a thing that you don't like, you have some sort of basis to go, well, I'm sorry, but I'm complaining about the way you did things because I voted for you and you didn't do what you said you were going to do, and fuck that.
Yeah.
So, no, just get out and vote. And, I agree with everything that Eric said about Brisk. He was a real adult. Especially with all of the shit that went down, he was a real classy guy about that. So I look forward to voting for you again, Brisk.
Far classier than I think I could have been. So I was very impressed. But yeah, and I agree with you, Dirk. If you talk to somebody about politics and they say, well, I don't vote because I don't think it makes a difference, I'm like, just shut up. You can't complain. You have no right. You're not.
And also, just for Cersei, seriously, however we're saying that in Twitch chat, no stay at home. You can vote by postal ballot. If you have a little bit of preparation, postal votes exist.
You can do it in first world countries.
Yeah.
Very funny, Soft. Very funny.
Soth's supposed to be angry, not funny. So I don't know. We have to talk about this.
There's no such thing as German humor.
Has he forgotten that he's German?
Oh shit!
So yeah, and by the way, so the audience knows we didn't plan this. Brisk just has free reign in our channels because he's been on the show before, and it's just like some people from CCP actually have free reign to our staff channel, and they can see what we say all the time, and they can pop in anytime they want to. So we have a number of people who are like that. So yeah,
and it's funny because this weekend I didn't do the open conv last night, but I ended up popping on and saying hi because people were talking about me. And we're not doing the meta show this week because Mittens is out of town, or at least he's I think he's going house hunting, so he's not going to be available. So we said we'd skip it. We're going to do a big mega show on the CSM next week.
Mittens
On the
is
CSM,
house
not about
hunting
the
in this climate.
He's looking for houses.
Brisk.
We're going to
So
talk about
he
CSM
bought a
next
tank
week on
and
the
he's
show.
going to shoot houses. Specifically, he's going to stock them.
I could have been available to you, Brisk. Look, I
There you
even
go.
have a better, hat bill than McLeod did. I'm properly.
There you go. He's
tuned
got
here.
it bent. You got it bent
And-
properly, right?
And, yeah.
McLeod's popping fresh today. You look like an old man.
McLeod's popping fresh.
But it's funny because I was like, I don't have to be on any shows, so I'm on all the shows anyway. So it's kind of fun.
I'm just kidding.
You just don't know how to stop yourself, do you, Brisk?
I can't help myself.
That should be in your video. I can't help myself.
That might come across
I mean,
awkwardly when it comes
in
to real
fairness,
politics.
I guess,
It-
yeah.
No, in fairness, Brisk, how many public offices have you run for at this point?
Only two.
Yeah.
Only two.
Only
I've held
two, and,
but they were appointments. But only two that I ran for and didn't win. But
and then the CSM, and then the CSM again.
I've run for other things that are not like official offices that I.
So what? Like the parent teacher board?
I was
or
on my
whatever?
church vestry. I was on our homeowners association, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's
So yeah,
fun,
he
isn't
really
it?
just
Isn't
can't
it,
help
Brisk?
himself, guys. We're sorry, but this is just.
I
Brisk.
like elections. When there's elections, I run for things.
Is it being on your homeowners association just fun, Brisk?
You know, I'm glad I did it when I did it because I kind of got on there so that they would stop raising our monthly payments all the time, and we did that. But if they wanted me to go back and do it now, there's no way in hell. It's just not fun.
I just sit there and like you did. I was president of RHO for a number of years, and I was like, no, that's just too weird to be on there anymore. They do weird stuff.
It's not. It's. I felt like you have to go between being a hard ass because the rules are the rules and everybody needs to follow the rules, but you also need to be like willing to say, all right, this rule doesn't make sense. We need to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just little things like contracts. All right, this trash company is not showing up on time, so we need to fix this. Or how do we budget for how many snows we're going to have this year? And a lot of after a while it gets tedious, even with a company helping you. But
well, my favorite was, hey, there's a deer in my backyard. Can you guys come over and get it out?
Sikander's asking me where in the lodge line am I? I dropped out because I am too bad at showing up. I was the last role I was junior warden was the last role I did, and then I didn't do the other two. So that was it.
That was cool. Well, we definitely wish you luck, and anytime you want to come on and tell us about what you're going to do or what you think.
Yeah, right now I'm going to go find cameras. So you guys have a good rest of the show.
Go get a good camera.
I'll see you next
Good luck
week.
with that.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Later, Brisk.
I'll
So,
ping you,
hey,
dude.
that was kind of nice little thing that went on. That was cool.
There you go. Everyone, surprise,
yeah.
Brisk.
I love it when we get random people jumping in.
I know. It is,
Surprise robe line, right?
Yeah, we didn't know. Of course, of course, we played the ad, so it's like, woo, probably. Who knows? These beers are really good, Scythe. I mean, these are really good.
I mean, a run can be made if needed for more beer, but not during.
I mean, are they good? But then they're definitely not as potent as Stevie Wonders, though.
Oh my god! Yeah, the
What
Stevie
happened?
Wonders. By the way, I almost went for the Stevie Wonders because we've got all the ingredients.
Oh my
But
god.
it required too much mixing prior, and the beers were easier.
Oh, the beverage. Okay.
Yeah.
I was second. I thought like Stevie Wonder has a beer
No.
line.
Now, for those in the audience, there's an actual Stevie Wonder drink, and we're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about some drink that McLeod made up in your college years, right, McLeod?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
It was done as a necessity because like it basically was how to get drunk on the least amount of money spent, essentially.
Yeah, and let me tell you, folks, it works.
Does.
And so I am like 4 sheets to the wind drinking 2 of these or something insane. And,
it's fucking funny.
And I can't even drive to dinner with my parents. I have to make my wife drive. But
McLeod, send that recipe because I haven't tried.
The funniest thing, at the end of the show, I go to McLeod. I go, McLeod, we were talking. We're all looking up Stevie Wonder, and we're coming up with these, these ingredients that are not on your ingredients list. And why is this called the Stevie Wonder? And he goes, because how many did you say you had to drink?
I just like I call it the Stevie Wonder because it gets you blind drunk. That was the thing. That was the reason why I thought it it'd be a good name for it.
And by the way, it doesn't even taste like you're drinking alcohol.
Yeah,
right.
That's the thing.
So what is this ingredients list?
It's the simplest thing. I think you kind of embellished it a little bit more.
First, you need a pint glass, but not an American pint glass.
So you need a regular pint of cider, or what you Americans call hard cider, right?
Yeah.
Fizzy. So carbonated hard cider, and then you essentially drink half of it, and then you replace that the half with like a orange vodka drink of some form. Like back in the day, I would use a Reef, which was basically a vodka orange alcopop. But essentially, it's that.
So I'll tell you, Dirk,
it's basically just like a pint of cider and half a pint of vodka orange.
Yeah.
So what I did,
it's half and half.
Was I was a little more than half in the pint glass of a hard cider. Then I put some orange juice in, 2 shots of vodka, a little bit of Cointreau to because it's a little orangey, right? It's nice, but not a lot. But that's not very alcoholic, It's just a liqueur, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Cointreau is just nice. Yeah.
And so I drank one. I drank half one before the show started.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I drank the rest of that and then another one during the show. Okay, now you have to understand this show's over by 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Okay,
I mean, sometimes.
I was going to dinner at 4:30 with my parents. I was still drunk. Well, not drunk necessarily, but I was tipsy enough that I was not driving.
Yeah.
And I could definitely feel it. So my wife drove to dinner. All the way through dinner, it wasn't until the end of dinner that I felt sober enough to drive. And that's so I started drinking, at 1. We were done by 2. I might have had 2 during the show, McLeod. I can't remember. But regardless, it lasted a long time. It was a good buzz. It was good.
They're better than a Samuel Jackson, I'll tell you that right now.
It was good. Although, I saw the directions for an Alabama Slammer, and I was like, yeah, I remember those. Those are good. I'm gonna have to make one of those soon. My favorite meme about this whole thing being shut in, right, is it goes something on the lines, right? We all realize that this is a bunch of kids that are being homeschooled by day drinkers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't day drink because I actually work during the day. So my wife and I are some of the lucky people who can work at their jobs remotely and still work every day. So we are a little bit lucky, and I will admit we probably don't understand the trials and tribulations that a lot of the other people across the world are going through. But as always, we wish everybody well, for sure.
Yeah, see, the adjustment is always the hardest bit. Once you're there, then you're good. But so the less amount of adjustment, the easier you have on this.
The one I heard,
I haven't needed to adjust that much.
The
Sorry,
one I heard was a lot of parents right now are finding out that the teachers were not the problem.
Yeah, no, tell me about it.
Actually, it's kind of funny. So I have a 10-year-old, right? She is online doing her stuff. You know, she's got some girl cousins, right? And they're doing, video chats all the time, hanging out, doing their girl things. My boys pretty much do everything internally. I mean, they're pretty, they have their friends that they talk to virtually, and they always have, so they adjusted pretty good. I think it's the adults that really aren't talking to too many people. Now, me for work, I mean, I'm constantly on Zoom meetings and with clients and work people.
I mean, you're talking to us right now, or are we? Or do you think we're all just in your head?
No.
Well, we obviously live in a computer program, so none of this is real.
You're all part of the fabric of the what do you call it? The interwebs. No. I mean, no. Well, but so to me, right? So a lot of adults, I think, are like that. But to me, yeah, the big thing that Eve has brought to my life, right, has been the ability to meet all you guys from across the world and be able to talk to you. And we all know, and the audience doesn't know all the things that we talk about in the pre-show and after-show. But I mean, those are the things.
If only they did.
Those are the things I truly.
If they
value,
did,
though.
they definitely question our sanity.
Yeah, but I mean, those are the things that that keep you grounded, right? I mean, you get to hang. This time that I get to hang with my friends internationally, very important to me. It always is. Even when the other things, you can go out and golf and do everything else that you want. This brings how do I say this? Interest and fullness to one's life, because everybody is different, and to be able to experience all the different things about everybody it's just rewarding. I don't know how to say it, guys. I don't have the right words.
Did you put E in your beer?
No. No, I mean, I'm serious. This is like normal. This is normal
right now. It's very, very out of character.
It is.
Caleb, he's just trying to say he likes you, all right? Accept it.
It's really,
he meant everyone but Caleb. No one likes.
No. And
that's not true. I like
Caleb. Might like Caleb, but that's.
I like Caleb.
I like me.
You just won his toilet paper.
I have one.
No, not really.
No, this is really more normal, Eric.
The weird philosophical discussions I have with Caleb are enough.
In person, regularly. Yeah, Eric's not the grumpy jerk sometimes that he pretends to be on the show.
No, not really at all. I really prefer those.
About anything.
I prefer those moments where in a car and somebody slams on the brakes and we all fly everywhere and almost run into a cornfield and die.
Yeah, we didn't even complain about that. We just had to make fun of Demorg for being a shitty driver. It's like, wow. Hey, did you see that slide?
Hey, what was that?
I will chime in though, and
what does
agree with
no
Eric.
outlet mean, Eric? I'm still not sure.
What was that clink in the trunk? Oh,
Hey, Eric.
bottles of alcohol and kegs of beer banging into each other.
Eric, the important thing though is that one time I made Demorg read poetry in Klingon on this show.
Oh my God.
That's still one of my favorite things that ever gotten that man to do.
Yes, he can actually speak Klingon. That's true.
It's great. Oh,
Wow. Nerd level 9,000.
I
would just like to say
showed
that I
up
can actually
late.
chime in with what Eric is saying. The whole thing of the Eve community has kind of been bringing a little bit of sanity to my daily life as well. Because without that, this whole shut-in period have been like crazy. You couldn't tell one day from the other. The only thing that kept me sane was the fact that I knew that I could always count on hanging out with the Eve nerds pretty much on a regular basis every day. And I knew when the shows were coming out. So I actually had sort of a week of work.
Well, I think what we do here is just let people know that not to get rid of their insane sort of ideas and feelings and stuff like that, but just realize that they're not alone. That they're not alone in their insane and ridiculous ideas and feelings and thoughts.
I mean, that's really
insane stuff.
this show is just a scheduled excuse for us to all hang out and talk to each other.
Yeah, just
And-
like
and
just
do it
share
that
ridiculous
actually
shit.
has a lot of value for things like, I can't go talk to people in real life for hours. That social interaction, even if it's scheduled, is nice.
The fact that we do it live as well lets other people like come in and we chat to Twitch chat and everything, and it's weird because we're sat here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, and we're all just chatting shit. And sometimes it talks about Eve, sometimes we reference injecting disinfectant, and
Oh yeah, I
other
tried that.
weird
I
real
only
life
died
stuff.
twice.
And it's just that weird combination of our own weird fuckery combined with actual stuff that brings us all together, and that kind of Eve basis that we all have. So it's definitely an interesting experience in the week.
I think we as Eve players, because we're used to these things, right, and hanging out with people using the internet, we must have a little bit of sympathy for the people that didn't find this normal, that have not had these things to fall back on, because that must have been horrible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So your daily life and daily routine and social interaction is completely yanked from under you. That must have been crazy. I can't even imagine that.
Like, I mean, I've spent the last 2 weeks. I live with housemates because I'm still a uni student for the next couple of months, and I've spent the last 2 weeks because I've been quote unquote ill. Like, basically avoiding leaving my room for anything more than 5, maybe 10 minutes at a time if I'm cooking some food in the microwave or whatever, and without the seriously
The microwave. Seriously.
Hey, dude, it works. And
he's a student.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a student. Come on.
Well, ramen noodles and hot dogs, man.
But it's that bit where like I was vaguely okay with it because, well, I mean, I've been on the show every week the last couple of weeks, even though I've been ill. I've been chatting to other people at the same time. It's
because you're a fucking legend, dude.
It's kind of helped me stay the relative level of insane that I was already at, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to claim that I'm sane, but
it makes a lot of sense to us.
Keeps you on your baseline.
It's
good.
Our insanity is mostly unchanged. Mostly unchanged.
Mm.
Yeah, well, you put up with us, so we know you're nuts.
Well, yeah, that's true.
No. I mean, it is truly. I mean, I really like this time on Saturdays. I mean, I look forward to it. I have, so you guys know I'm older. We talked about that earlier, right? So when you sit there and you tell people, yeah, man, I could be home. I got a 1:00 show in the afternoon. I gotta do a thing, right? I'm gonna be on the internet. I gotta talk to people about nothing and about this video game. And they look at you and are like, how old are you? Well, and I'm like, I gotta go hang with my friends, man. My other friends, right? I mean,
yeah,
we have fun. Now, I haven't played the game in months, right? We get to talk to some of the graphic artists, right, and things like that. And when I tell them things like, hey, man, your work keeps the game fresh. It does, right? Their work keeps the game fresh. And I miss the game, and I miss the interaction with people who play the game. And my personal life, very busy last couple months, just insanely busy. As you guys know, I can't share everything with everybody out there, but very busy. And I look forward to doing some stuff here.
Oh man, I really get that. Like especially the last like 6 or 8 weeks, I've really been missing like FCing regularly and that sort of thing. I mean, Soth knows for a fact how long it's been since I last FC'd a thing seriously, and I've done a couple of bits here and there over the last few months, but I say over the last few months, over the last like 6 months, but I really do miss it. But at the minute, like, things have been just too busy, or I've had other things that have taken more of the priority time, and I just haven't had time. And it's weird, the fact that I'm missing that that level of interaction when, at the minute, the game is in a bit of a weird state anyway.
Right.
The game's in that weird state where we're all like, I don't know if this is good. I don't know if this is bad. I like what they're doing, but I don't know if they've got there yet. And yet we all miss it anyway.
So this is where I
weird.
get a little bit worried about things, and mining was always a big, social interaction that I saw it for. Right, that's the big benefit there. So, and I think we need CCP to acknowledge the fact that the social side of just getting all these people together from across the world is giant in EVE, and it's one of the core reasons I believe that it is successful.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it facilitates that interaction between all of us, right?
It's basically the only reason it's continuously successful compared to things like I don't know,
what you fall
Star
back on, right?
Wars. What's the Star Wars MMO at the minute?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah,
Or Star Wars: The Old Republic, rather.
the Old Republic. Like, because it's single shard, because we're all interacting in the same place at the same time, it pushes us. I mean, hell, Eric, you're in the US, Soth's in Germany, Caleb's in Denmark. I Bard Ghost and McLeod are all in the UK.
Scythe in the US.
I
Scythe-
live in a
Scythe's
better
in the
part
US.
of the US than Eric does.
Well, fair enough then. But, it forces us to all have that same interaction. We're not picking EU servers or US servers or Australian servers.
I like the
We
fact
do
that I get to
see
speak to
strange
random people from all
behavior
over the world.
arising in EVE Online because of those things, right? We span the entire globe time zone wise all the time, and we're waking up and some of our friends are going to bed, and some are already middle of the day, and it's just extremely weird the way we socialize compared to any other location, I think.
And that's kind of like also one of the reasons why I actually don't like time zone tanking.
I honestly think that with EVE Online has taught me more about world cultures than any world history class I've ever, because I talk to people all the time and they're like, oh yeah, we do this, and this other festival here and this.
Well, and
it's some of the more interesting things I've learned. Like today, I learned that the UK literally still uses a talking stick. That is my favorite thing I ever have.
So
I mean, it's a mace. And it's only in one particular place.
Fancy stick, but it's still a talking stick.
I want one of those like Brazilian rain sticks, right? You tilt it and it sounds like
I got like a 4-foot long one of those. You want me to send it to you?
So
Can you put that on Amazon?
but
you can buy it and then use your own server.
But you're all
Don't give him the presentation spoon, please, Scythe.
It's fun. Wait, is he always? I'll talk to you into this pyramid scheme too.
So to be quite serious here for a moment, right? So everybody talks about how the world is interconnected and we're all interconnected and we all know about everybody's culture and all that stuff. Well, that's all well and good, okay? And you can talk about it and you can say we all influence each other because we, the world is the world now and it's all interconnected. But when you look at EVE and how it interconnects its users, the rest of the things that go on in the world that you talk about is really interconnecting us, really isn't to the scale EVE is. EVE is to that personal scale of interconnecting us all across the world, and this shows a prime example of it, how we interconnect each other, and we actually socialize and talk and share our experiences.
See, I didn't realize you were going to go that direction. I thought you were going to go to the direction of like they're still using Microsoft SQL.
Yeah, somebody is still doing that, and I'm pretty sure that.
I mean, somebody has to keep them in business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's still people using Zoom.
God, yeah,
there's governments using Zoom.
That's right.
They fixed it. They fixed it. It's now military grade cryptography.
Yeah.
Right.
When did they get this cryptography from? Because that's the
quote unquote end-to-end encryption, right?
Oh my God, who wasn't using end-to-end? Like freaking OneDrive's end-to-end
Zoom.
encrypted.
Zoom was.
I know.
But the thing about it is that Zoom isn't necessarily bad for a number of things.
Just
But-
not secure communication.
The moment you're using it for like
Secure communication.
Can I?
like in the UK,
Their patients.
So
in the UK, for example, like there was a point where there was a cabinet meeting, and for those who aren't aware, the cabinet is like the leaders of our government. You know, you're talking about the prime minister, you're talking about the health secretary, you're talking about the person in charge of all of the UK's money in terms of the government
The
money.
honeybackers. Got it.
You know, that kind of thing. And they tweeted a picture of their Zoom meeting, and
With
it
the
had
Zoom
a
ID.
meeting ID. It had their own individual Zoom IDs. And you know, these sort of things are the moments where you go, Jesus Christ, are we really
this is why I keep.
governed
By the way,
these
by
people?
the way.
Seriously, it's not about the actual software, because when it comes to actual penetration, it's social engineering and how dumb people are.
Yeah.
90% of the work.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, it's why.
Hold it. Time out. Did he actually say penetration on this show?
Yeah, social.
Check him.
Yeah, social
Check him.
penetration.
He just got us demonetized.
Yeah.
I mean, we were demonetized like within the first 5 minutes.
I mean,
no, we were talking about beer.
So I can say COVID now. Okay.
We're talking about root beer, everyone. Root beer.
Root beer.
Root beer. No,
We're gonna end up owing.
I forgot my joke I
Google.
wanted to make. Now I hate
Hey,
all
I have
of
a question. Hold on. This is a serious question. Okay, so you know, my kids are, they're watching this Zoom meeting. By the way, no shit, Zoom meeting of this dude, one of the guys from Weezer, right? And he's doing like this concert, and I guarantee that if any of us were like playing instruments and singing, we would do better. Any one of us. Okay, guaranteed.
The guy from Weezer?
The guy from Weezer. I don't know who he is. And if one of my kids runs by, I'll bring him in here to tell you. But he's like doing this like Zoom meeting. I'm like, oh my God, the quality is so shit. I'm like, why isn't he doing this over Twitch? It's so much freaking better.
It's also that like I was really surprised when I was watching stuff like The Tonight Show, like the first week.
It's called
How-
normies.
How shitty their home setup is. I mean,
Well, you got to remember,
they're-
this
they're buying up
their
stock.
job.
They do it for money, and they do it for.
The thing is-
No, that's the point. These people, it's their job, but it's not the in terms of the presenters and everything. It's not their job to worry about their background, about
Yeah,
their
their
camera
tech- the
quality, about their audio quality, about their headphone setups and things. I mean, Caleb's here with his over-ear fucking headphones, and even he has better audio than some of these people who are doing.
I just noticed the over-ear headphones, and I want to
Like-
bomb.
Yeah, even he has better audio setups than some of these people who are presenting TV level shows, because these guys are paid to present. They're not paid to run the whole thing. I mean, Eric runs this entire show off his home PC.
I mean,
McLeod, you
even
might
that,
need to
like-
explain to Dirk how the whole audio quality works on his end, because that's not my headphones that are giving him any of that information. That's what I prefer.
It just makes me mad to see them. I thought they
What are you sad to see?
But the thing
the
is,
over-the-ear
Dirk,
headphones like that, those weird like wrap around behind your
Those
head.
like really early noughties headphone styles.
I caused so much damage to one of my ears from wearing one of those that I cannot actually wear headphones that sit on or glasses that sit on top. That's why
I really want to
I've
get.
got a pair of Bluetooth
Just to
versions
defend
of
myself
those.
for a second, right? This is not because I can't afford to fucking buy something.
No, it's just what you have. Why would you buy something if it works?
The ones that go in the ear and the ones that go over, I get these sweaty ear things, and it's like horrible. So I have
Get
always
sweaty ears.
used these, and every time they wear and tear, I buy a new set. It's the same with my trackball. I will not change my trackball. This whole
Oh my
mouse
God.
thing.
Wait, you use a trackball?
Caleb,
Trackball.
what
is
year are
not-
you living in?
Yeah.
Caleb is a WoW player who's trying to get world first.
No, he's still out there playing like Wing Commander on his trackball.
Christ.
Hey, Elise uses a trackball as well. Trackball is master race.
Anyway,
The
Trackball is
trackball
canceled.
master race.
having ranted for a while about some weird shit that I barely understand, because why the fuck not? Point is, Soth, that you should not be surprised that these guys who are presenters have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
But they got people for that. They do have so much.
They are a union and they can only work at an approved studio with insurance.
Guys, come on. You're looking at the Tonight Show. These people have people who know how to fucking use XSplit or OBS or whatever and put a decent show together for the dude.
No, they don't. They use
get a job.
They use professional grade stuff, and the professional grade stuff isn't stuff that you generally tend to use to create shows that we create, right?
I'm
like
just
it's all
saying,
very
McLeod,
much in situ in studio stuff.
We learned how to use
it's very
this
different
shit in a couple days years ago.
Yeah.
As someone who has worked with some of the professional stuff, you are kind of wrong.
How dare you,
German man? He's like,
it's the Fourth Reich.
You may use OBS right at the end of the chain.
No,
but you're not. Don't use it the way that we use
stuff like OBS is kind of recreating the professional stuff in a software packet, right?
It does it a hell of it. There's it. I'm just gonna say that OBS is like a hell of a lot more a hell of a lot easier to use and a lot more versatile.
I'm just saying, it doesn't take a lot
you
to
make
put a little
25
background
people
together and
staff
slap some stuff
unemployed,
together.
right, Mac? When you produce shows, what would normally take 25 people is what you're doing.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
25
if you think overlays and
people?
scene shifts and all that stuff, that's
No, because the overlay and the scene shift can be done by one person. You get the audio that's done by a second person. You get the video that's done by at least one other person.
So I have a really,
and then you've got the person that combines it all. So you're talking about like four.
And you also have a producer and a director for that.
So I just want to make sure everyone else hired a person to hold up the handwritten cards, like it's not just me. You all have that guy standing up, so you can read the script. No, it's the script. So like Saturday Night Live, they still use people who handwrite cards for the script, and I hired a guy. He's holding the script up for the show for me, so I know what to talk about.
Well, that's if you're not using teleprompters.
They're not just using teleprompters now.
They don't.
There's some that do, some that don't.
No. Most shows on NBC, like the Tonight Show, Saturday Night Live, they still have people who write it out on cards because it's more efficient than their teleprompter.
I'm just saying they can't write it out in a Discord channel for crying out loud. I mean, this is like 30 seconds.
There's so many unemployed. I had to hire a guy. He's holding cards. He's telling me to make fun of Eric. Pretty much every card just says make jokes about Eric being old. And the Germans. So
look, Brisk has a teleprompter. Look at
that. Brisk teleprompter was actually pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna
Brisk has a teleprompter.
Why do you have
that is a sick setup. I love it. By the way, I'm making little pyramids out of my beer cans here on my.
How many of them have you had? Because I looked, and I'm pretty sure that's like a 7% beer.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It's a it's a 7% beer. Good for Eric, I guess.
It's semi-high alcohol.
I think it's 4.8% on this.
Okay. Oh, is it Mad Beach? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Mad Beach.
Okay, yeah, that was like 5. So
by the way,
it's great. We're welcoming the Americans to the European drinking culture here with their 7% beers.
No. So all of these beers that I brought Eric, if you get them in cans or bottles, they all have a single-digit alcohol per volume. When you buy them at the brewery, which is like a number of minutes away from my house, if you go to the bar and stuff where they sell it fresh, that is normally a 2-digit APV, somewhere around the 20 or higher.
I like the shark that has a tattoo on his fin that says "Beer is my friend."
Oh yeah, you want a bumper sticker? I can get you one.
Yeah, give me one of those suckers.
Yeah, they have "Beer is my friend" bumper stickers. With
give me at least 20 of them.
Dude,
that'll go over really good.
Did you not? I sent the clip from where we plugged it on the show where I was at your house last, and the guy who runs the distiller the brewery.
I mean, this is really. I mean,
I love it.
I generally do not like beers with like a citrusy kind of thing in them, but this is really good with the orange peel. I know it's good.
Oh yeah, the orange peel in there makes that thing dopeness because it's a lighter beer with.
Seriously, is rambling. So
I can ramble all I want. I have the speaking stick, and mine is it's got a multiple
It's
rounds.
called the talking stick. God damn it!
I've been drinking. I've had more scotch than I would let on.
I've got the drinking stick. You know, one of my favorite internet memories is when you were paid $50 to finish off a bottle of whiskey.
God, I'll do it again. But just not right now.
Oh, too drunk to zombie.
I was too drunk to talk zombies.
And then we had a show after that or something, and you just like passed out.
No. We did whiskey gaming, and we were playing putt-putt or some shit. There's something really stupid. Like, I think it's that golf game, which, by the way, is still really a great golf game. Like, it's one of the better golf games. And we were playing that, and then, who was it? Space Max got on and said, "I'll give you $50, or I'll donate $50 to charity if you finish that." Like, because I said I'd do it. If someone donated $50, I'd finish the rest of a fifth of Jack Daniels. Yeah. And so he did it, and he's like, you don't have to finish it all in one go. And then I'm like, oh, he's calling me out. So he's calling me a bitch. So I went and got a straw, and I just slammed that bitch.
Yeah, and we never heard from him again the rest of the
night.
Then,
you just saw the top of my head in the camera with the green screen because I couldn't get the chair to stop spinning because I didn't know how floor.
So, whatever happened to Space Mexican?
He got sent back over the space wall. That was mean.
Oh, we're going to hell.
I blame Orange for Space Max not being on the show.
I love Space Max. He was such a cool dude.
He was so much fun to hang out with.
All right.
I have a feeling he may have had a run-in with someone who owned a I don't know, an online casino somewhere. I like to gamble.
Oh yeah.
No, I have no idea. I imagine
he did
that
like
might
to
be
gamble.
what happened.
You just find his spacesuit with the skeleton in it in Atlantic City. He has a sombrero still glued to it.
Yeah, look at seriously. He's like, Brisk, you have a teleprompter but no cool camera? Yeah, that's...
Yeah, and why would you buy a teleprompter when that is just a monitor from like a computer? It's just a screen. But not a camera.
I mean, most teleprompters...
See, now that link that Brisk linked here.
Right? Oh, okay. So his camera is just not good one.
So you got the chair rail there. You got the probably.
Wait.
That's not white. That's not white.
Wait. He says he has not a good camera for video. What are those cameras good for?
Can we just point out this is the fanciest office I've ever seen? Not only does he have what appears to be Abraham Lincoln, but he also has Luke's lightsaber from episode 4 or 5, and then
I love.
This is just like Brisk's main office by the look as well. Like, this isn't actually Brisk's basement office that has all of his
This is his non-fancy corner.
Yeah, so I dig.
Seriously, I've seen pictures. I'm serious. I've seen pictures of Brisk's like primary office with his full monitor setup that his kid was at with in the video we saw earlier.
I think that's
it's insane.
I think
he
that's
has
just
like
a different
model
angle.
ships and everything in there. It's
that's
crazy.
a different angle. That's a different angle.
Oh, that's the same office.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
the same office, just different angle.
How many desks do you have in that office, Brisk?
I'm just saying the off-white chair rail and below. I love it. I love the green above and the toothed, crown molding and shit like that. I mean, I'm not allowed to do that. My wife won't let me do that with colors. I love that. This is like my dream fucking office. I love it.
See, Brisk has 2 desks in his home office.
Yeah. Who's the bust of over there by the ships?
That's Frederick Jefferson.
Okay. I mean, I just dig it. I
actually have no idea who it is, but it's just an internet joke. It's every.
Like I've got the cat. I've got I think this is a Wysocki print. You guys can't see it over here of the Capitol on the 4th of July with the flags going, and then I have a little. You've seen it, Scythe. And then in front of me I've got the little Wysocki winter print.
Yeah.
Of a cottage. It's actually, I'm not going to say the shop it is. And then I got the alcohol over here in the corner, right?
So it's really bad because I just linked my setup, Caleb. Is that I got that setup and then I quit playing Eve about a week and a half after I got all 4 monitors.
Oh, apparently the bust is Cicero.
Cicero.
I can understand that.
Now, one thing that's changed is I've got like the monitor stand that goes through the center of the desk.
Oh, I have a monitor stand that holds the two, but it's got the feet on it.
Yeah, I have no feet on this one. It's just...
and honestly, I went with the feet because my desk is really nice, and I don't want to drill a hole.
I already had the hole, so
that's fair. I bought this desk a while ago, and it was very, very, very well made, and it's actually the top is, and I don't want to fuck it up. I'm not going to drill a hole in this. Not when the person who finished the desk for me spent multiple hours working on it.
I did install a new router, though. I got a new router.
Oh, did you get one of the crazy spider ones?
Yeah, I did. I got the
It's like the Asus one with like the 800 antennae. Or...
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
My brother has
the 11,000
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, my brother has one of those for upstairs and one in his basement, just because that's the only way you can get Wi-Fi throughout his house. It's a stupid basement.
So I'll take the old one and I'll throw it on a mesh, but I like it because it has 2 5G segments.
Yeah.
So I can throw all the media stuff.
Yeah, you said I saw you post. You said you got the streaming stuff set up on one, and then your gaming's on the other.
I can't part with that much money for a freaking PC, even though LifeShifter keeps egging me on to do it.
Man, someone introduced me to a company called Puget Systems.
Yeah,
and
Puget. Yeah.
I want them to build me a rig.
They do some crazy shit.
$10,000 to $20,000 you need to build one.
Yeah, they do like some really
Not
crazy
only do
stuff.
they do the build, they give you like a customized owner's manual for troubleshooting, and you have like support from them and stuff. It's awesome.
Like they'll even do temperature mapping and everything. For their systems. It's crazy.
It's so cool, and I love the idea of there's a company out there who makes these crazy workstations. And games
Puget. I'll drop the name in Twitch chat.
I only heard about this company because if you've heard of a Corridor Digital, they make all their workstations for rendering, and they're talking about the work that goes into making one of these damn things. I'm like, holy shit! I want one to play all the video.
The thing is, though, I love building the system as much as I love, playing on the system.
So I used to love building the system, and now I just hate it because I don't want to have to read the goddamn forums for months at a time to figure out which hard drive is going to work best with this stupid.
You don't have to. You just ask me, and I'll tell you what to get.
I might do that, Soth, because I'm really thinking about doing a new build. But I'm the idiot who pulled a hard drive without telling the computer to forget the hard drive first, so I had to go buy a flash drive from freaking Walmart to reinstall Windows because the computer wouldn't start.
Eric, to answer your question, I am pretty sure you do not have the use case for Threadripper.
I mean,
it's really not.
Given
it's not
some technical problems with this stream, he might have.
No, he doesn't. Because something like a 3900X has a higher single core performance than the Threadripper. Right.
Hell, to be fair, even the 3700X would be fine for him. Anyway, can I just point out that we are nearly 2 hours overrun?
There's no...
nearly an hour overrun.
There's no...
I'm off work for 2 weeks on paid leave, and I have alcohol. I am not... No.
So keep on going.
I have scythe fuel, and I'll get real drunk.
So I'm sitting here looking here, so I'm going desktops, the X10 on the Zydax. So let's build with Soth. So Intel X299 or the AMD Threadripper or the Intel Z390.
Go with AMD 3rd gen. So you're talking about X570 or they're announcing a bunch of B450 stuff. B550 stuff, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here.
You see, I'm
is
kind
that
of there.
Is that a Ryzen chip?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so it's a 3rd gen Ryzen.
I clicked Ryzen. All right, I'm going to pick my case.
Case is something that you can go back and change later.
Well,
y'all started a heated argument in the chat, and I just want you
to... What? Whoa! Who started a heated argument?
No one. They're like, "Why did the Storm have a main gear?" Because
that's just that's Brisk's thing. Like Brisk can fucking deal with that question. We're not.
I'm on Zydax, man. Okay, so the ASRock B450, the ASI X570A Pro. MSI 570 Gaming Pro Carbon AC non-SLI, or the
That's a solid one.
MSI Meg X570 Godlike.
Don't go with a Meg board. Meg boards are a little bit
pick one.
over the top.
See, personally,
the Gaming
I push
Pro
people...
is alright. It's not a good one, it's alright.
Well, which of the 4 do you like? The Steel Legend, the B450.
Go with the third that you gave us.
All right, that's $192 more.
I went with a Gigabyte board when I did my build in
I didn't have that option here on
February, and it's been actually quite nice.
All right.
I
Which
one of these.
Ryzen chip do you want me to use? The 6C 12T, the 3600X?
The 3700X, actually, to be fair. You'd probably get the use out of it given that you host the stream and do a bunch of other stuff.
4.4 gig chip, 8C, 16T.
8 cores, 16 threads.
I push for the 3900.
How much extra are they going to charge you for a 3900?
That's the fair question.
No object. No. Let's think about this. Okay.
How much extra is the 3900X?
If money is no object, then go for the 3900.
If money's no object, hire Puget and let them make you something fucking nasty and engrave your case with the Fat B of America.
So the one that they picked for me is the Ryzen 9 3950X.
The 3950 is probably overkill for everything you do.
Okay,
like the 3900X is enough.
Well, that's $53 cheaper.
Okay, so what's the difference between the 3900 and the 3700?
Let me fix the 3950 or 3900X.
3900X versus the 3700X.
$200.
Price.
$200. $207. So it's $207 more for the 3900X.
I mean,
I'm not sure the extra you get is worth $200. To be fair,
I think future-proofing wise, it's going to be
future-proofing.
Oh my god!
No, there's no such thing.
Okay, so yeah, when I say future-proofing, I don't even mean 2 or 3 years out. I mean next year.
Okay.
No, next year things aren't going to be that crazy.
So it's $353 for the 3950X.
You are telling me next year we're going to have things that will use up more than 8 cores.
No, 8 cores
physical
will be
cores.
So
6.
8 will be base.
No, that's not how fast software development works.
That's the consoles coming out this year.
No, we're not moving that fast.
Starting at 8 cores.
Yeah, the new consoles are going to be
the
beasts.
I love when everybody's arguing over my chip.
You were wrong though, because the consoles run on way lower frequencies.
Not
because
this
of heat.
generation's.
Yes, this generation because of
very
hey, even if these new consoles are running at 8 cores, at even close to what we're getting on PCs, the console developers are going to be at least a year behind.
Yeah, but we're talking on PC. I don't give a shit about console.
So the games that they're developing are going to be at least a year behind.
Well, you say that they've been developing on this platform for at least a year already.
Do we want to bet?
So,
because let's remember,
it's not going to move that fast. Software is massively lagged. It's not going to be that fast, bud.
I know it's not going to be extremely fast, but it's probably going to speed up considering what's coming.
Anyway, like you're probably
Either
fine.
way, 8 is a good bet.
If you want to go with the 3900, then like you'll probably be sorted for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Either way.
You people are such tech snobs.
All right.
Yes.
We're going with the big dog
wow,
CPU.
Caleb,
okay.
I'm a snob.
Yeah,
Who
Eric, big dick CPU every day.
All right. So memory, boys. Where we going?
You've got to be at least 32 gigs, at least 3600.
We're going balls to the wall. 3600 CL14.
Balls to the wall. Okay,
Sorry, what? CL14.
Yes, 3600 CL14.
Yeah, but how expensive that is.
He said balls.
He said money was no objects.
Okay. Choices, boys.
Like at least 32 gigs, maybe 64 if we're going like money is
Okay, we
actually
have
no
the
object. At
G-
least 3600.
We have the G-Skill Z Neo DDR4 3600.
Okay.
What fucking budget are you guys working on right
We're
now?
just-
Or
He
just
said-
doing fantasy fapping.
He said
keep
money
going,
is no
Eric.
object.
Keep going, Eric.
Keep going,
So
Soft
the
Skill's
next
almost
one
there.
down is DDR4 3200 G-Skill
Wait,
Trident ZRG.
wait. G-Skill is the only option here?
Well, that's one option.
He's working on a system builder website. He's
Well,
not like
we have
coming up with a
we
PC
have
part
the
like that.
Zydax Extreme here. So who knows what
No.
that is?
Do you
We've just had
have,
80% of the audience queue back in because of PC.
do you have any Patriot? Patriot
No Patriot.
Viper 3600.
No Patriot.
Now, see, that's just the like cost effective.
Wait, you are telling me that you're on an American website that doesn't have the RAM from the only American manufacturer for RAM?
I'm just saying that not everybody's Republican, and these guys
Yeah,
are obviously liberal PC builders. 'cause they
I
don't-
just want to point out that Softercell and I are both in the EU. Right.
Spicy.
Nah, real talk. Softercell and I are both in the EU, and we both run Patriot RAM and have built a system in the last 6 months.
Because
Excellent.
Patriot are pretty much the only manufacturer where you can still get B-die RAM and don't pay like 2 months of rent for it.
They're really
There is
cost effective.
One exception, but it's UK only.
Okay.
Like,
So,
see, Brisk wants his RGB here. Brisk Rubal with the RGB here, guys.
Well, you do realize RGB does actually increase the speed.
Hey, Chet, if you don't know what B-die RAM is,
I have no clue, by the
Don't-
way.
It's the RAM where you have a water jet that cleans your ass, right?
That is Badai RAM. Yes, you're correct.
But I RAM.
The Badai RAM.
All right,
RAM is normally the setting on the Badai,
We are,
and it's enjoyed by people who like a pinky up when you're getting a
okay,
belly.
so,
we're going with the G-Skill 3600, and we're doing a 4x16 gig, so we're going 64 gig here.
I mean, it is overkill, but whatever.
We don't care. Do we want a water cooler memory?
No,
No.
Thank.
Actually,
we don't. We
don't
kind of don't want to
water-cool
water cool anything.
All right. What kind of power supply we want? 1,000 watt,
No, way too much.
1,600.
No.
How many hard drives are you planning to put in?
5.
Probably less hard drives, more video cards.
Okay, how many video cards?
Look at that brisk all water cord. 2 video
I-
cards.
Yeah, 2 video
I
cards
would
is kind
advise
of
against.
overkill. That's just not necessary. SLI does not work the way it used to. And if you're
Okay,
going with AMD cards at the minute, then you're a fucking
Brisk has to
moron
defend water
for
cooling. Hold on.
high-end.
Everyone,
Alright,
shut up.
Brisk,
He's defending
go ahead.
water cooling.
Okay, anyone
guys-
who is
guys are-
suggesting more than
guys are killing me. Killing me.
Well,
Brisk
you know how
is
we
not called out hard.
First of all, you're going to put all of that hardware in there and not water cool it?
Yeah.
No,
Why
just
are
not
you
the
talking-
memory.
What do you? This thing, if you
Just
don't water
not
cool
the
that
memory.
thing, you're never going to be able to stream
But-
with
but
it
Brisk-
because it's going to sound like you have a fucking jet engine in your
No,
office.
no, it doesn't.
really
Brisk.
won't.
Brisk.
I mean, Brisk, I'm going to ask you right now. Can you hear my PC?
Yes.
I'm just going to
Yep.
say, the only question was, do you want to water cool the memory?
Oh, the memory.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't say the memory.
Yeah,
The-
only
the-
the,
the
memory.
problem-
in
Memory. You
that.
don't need to water cool the memory.
No,
the
we're going to
problem
water cool
with
everything.
But I
water
still
cooling-
think you're going overboard with the memory. You only need 32. Anything more than
No,
that is
30,
a waste.
seriously, 36 really does make a difference.
No. As
I
in,
went with 64.
gigs.
What are you talking about?
No, 3600 speed.
3600 speed, but you don't need 64 gigs. Save that
Hey,
money
hey,
for the video
he-
card because
he
that's where
said
you need
money
to
is
cache.
no object. When the
Okay.
guy utters those words, he's gonna get like
I
go
built
crazy.
a system where I said money was no object, and I do not regret any of the decisions that I
I
made.
mean, to be honest, Eric, you should probably go with 2x16
All right, we're going to
because then you can
16.
always
There we go.
upgrade.
I'm telling you,
And-
it's a better choice.
On top of that,
I went 4x8.
All
And
right, somebody
regret
tell
it.
me what we doing with the power supply.
850.
You don't need
850
to-
max.
What?
850 is fine. 850 is fine.
No,
Nah, you need
Bigger go
1,000
home and
for the
get
video
Corsair
card.
for life, platinum.
Guys,
I mean,
It's
I'm just
$61
gonna point out
for
here.
a 1300 watt versus 1,000.
Do it. Buy Corsair.
I'd just go 1,000.
All right.
You know,
No,
like,
bigger go home for power. man.
Seriously.
You can have expansion space.
I would agree with you there,
do the
Si.
math? Do I need to do the math for you? Because 1,000 is way overkill.
It is. The
Eight-
thing is, as you leave more room, you get more
Leave
efficiency out of
more
it.
room for what? He has a 3900X in there. How much more room do you need?
He needs
you
a second
don't actually get more efficiency from a power supply that is significantly over what you require. You get more efficiency when you're operating
You're
in
dickering
the.
over $61, guys.
Spend the
I mean, then go for the
$61,
1,000.
fuck off.
But like,
I have a $60. So I
the
don't-
point is that you don't get more energy efficiency out of a 1600 watt power supply and an 800 watt draw
No, but I
compared to a
paid those
1000
two
watt
entire
power
motherboards
supply.
and builds off of one power supply
Okay.
because I'm a crazy.
Look,
All right.
1,000 is more than enough.
Yes.
It is.
Way
So-
more
but
than
go big
I'm
or
just
go home.
going to point out here, I'm running 6 hard drives, 6 spinning disks, and I have a 650 watt.
Solid state, son.
Well,
I have
that's because
1,000.
you're, like,
I have a Titan XP video card, 2 SSDs, and a regular hard drive.
I mean-
plus an external.
I mean, come on,
That's
Chris.
fine.
An SSD takes 10 watts.
Exactly. You do not need a shit ton. And I mean, that's look. I tried to max out everything I could for this thing because my wife said I could buy whatever I wanted, and I spent like $8,000 on it. And it's a great computer, but I didn't go crazy because I didn't want to buy stuff just for the sake of buying stuff.
All right.
See, this is the thing.
for the
Like,
good stuff.
Mimosa 11 in chat has it exactly right.
I'm not
When it
listening to
comes to
anyone
power
named
supplies-
Mimosa. It's a shit drink.
And mimosas are nice. Like, fuck you, Scythe. They're just good to drink. But like, the power supply is most efficient when it's loaded somewhere between 20 and 80%, generally closer to the 80%. So if you have a system that needs, say, 800 watts, get a 1,000 watt power supply. If you have a system that needs 600 watts, get a 750. You know, that kind of level. Don't go a 1600 for a system that's going to need like 800 watts of power. That's
You can't just go, oh, my GPU is rated for 250 watt and my CPU is rated for 130. Therefore, both of those combined are 400 watts because
that is the say that, Soph.
That is the peak. Yeah, but that's what most people do wrong. That's the peak energy draw. Peak.
For comedic timing, can we queue up that Brisker Ball ad while he's here?
Oh my god, yeah.
Can we cue that ad? I need to rewatch.
So now the most important question: the video card.
I mean, if you want to go balls to the wall,
2080 Ti.
2080 Ti.
Yeah.
I
don't think
2080
that's
So the-
2080 Super, yeah.
Well,
Like,
dual
really,
or single?
there's single. Like, there's no point in dual GPU at the
Do
minute.
not waste time with SLI or any of that
It's
shit.
not going to work.
None of the,
only
no
useful
game
if
uses
you're
it.
running VR.
It's never going to work. It's just going to cause you problems.
There are basically nobody is developing for SLI right now because the single GPU solutions are just crazy. So either go with a 2080 Ti, or if you want to go crazy,
Titan.
Find the Titan.
Always Titan.
So the
But-
Titan
That's what I have.
24 gig GDDR6
do it.
water cooled.
No, go.
I went with the Titan because
mean-
I didn't trust it. Because when I bought my computer, the RTXs were just out, and they were setting everybody's computers on fire. So I said, "Fuck that noise! I'm not going to waste my time with it."
It's actually
that's
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Like, I've got a
My-
2070 Super at the minute, and it's doing me nicely, to be fair.
I'm still outdated. I'm still using a 1080 Ti.
I got a 50.
I'm still using a 1070. So
Do we want to
got a-
overclock our graphics
Titan
card?
The 1000
XP
series
Pascal
cards were
is what I
great.
have.
I'm just saying that this thing.
Oh, they
still
really
works.
Do
were.
we want to
But, like-
overclock the graphics card, boys? And
If you're not getting an
Why would you
aftermarket
need
graphics
to?
card, you're an idiot. Like, they're not even necessarily overclocking it from wherever you're getting it, but if you're not buying a factory overclocked card that can be overclocked further, you're doing something wrong.
The other thing is the aftermarket cards are actually also a hell of a lot better in terms of they have a hell of a lot better
Stock cooling.
Like,
All right.
yeah, just stock cooling. Like you're just going to do better. The card's going to last longer, just as running stock.
So, M2 drive.
Yes.
3.
Got a
absolutely
Samsung
M.2.
Evo 970.
Samsung Evo 970s for solid states are great.
The
That's what I
Plus.
use.
Well,
Or the
hold on
Pro.
one second, guys.
Do it.
4
Get
in
the
RAID
1 terabyte
0.
one.
Plus or
Set
the
up a
Pro.
RAID. I don't know why he would need
Pro.
a RAID, but he could set
The
up a RAID.
Pro.
The Pro
But-
is 1
but-
terabyte, and the Plus goes to 2 terabyte.
Pros.
Get the Pro.
Just use multiple.
Just
Pros
take the
so you
1
have-
terabyte Pro.
Just
All
do
Can I
multiple-
jump in there quick?
You can do multiple 1 terabyte.
Yeah, I mean, if you can
I'm just
actually
gonna-
override people, you
get
can
2
jump
of them.
in.
I have one 1 terabyte that I put for games, and then I have a 3 terabyte that's just for storage, and then I have a 512 gig that is my operating system, and that's
So,
I definitely do a separate
You're,
drive for
you're all
iOS.
forgetting
Definitely
PCIe
iOS.
4 exists now.
yeah,
No,
but
we're
that
not.
doesn't matter,
It's-
guys. When it
It's
comes
largely
to
irrelevant.
when it comes to disk speed, right? There are diminishing returns. When you're talking about gaming and general usage, the speed of a normal Gen 3 SSD,
Mm-hmm.
a normal SSD, not an NVMe, is usually already enough. An NVMe is nice to have, especially to put your system on it. But what I would do is get a 500 gig NVMe SSD, so a 970 Evo Plus, right? And then on top of that, get like a 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte normal SSD, and put all your games on that, because
I mean-
it's going to be much cheaper, and you're not going to notice the difference.
I use a 970 Pro as my boot drive, 500 gig, plus a 4 terabyte Western Digital Blue, I think. And I've not had any issues at all with the loading of games and things. I load a couple of games on the SSD, things like Escape from Tarkov, which really, really does benefit from the SSD installation. But other than that, like, you really don't need that much SSD storage.
So,
Storage can be
5 terabytes spread across 5.
I have,
That's a 250.
I do my primary storage is just a 3 terabyte Toshiba regular, and then I have an external that's another 3, and I just dump all random stuff that I generate onto those from time to time. Games, you got to have it on the SSD,
yeah.
and then
If you don't have
also
a-
your operating system. That way you can reboot it quickly when you get kicked offline.
The
Here's the thing, though.
The OS reboot is the thing. The OS reboot is the
It's
thing.
huge.
The games, less so, especially
If
depending
you
on
get
the game.
frustrated with loading screens like I do in certain games, it's
Well,
beneficial.
see,
but
this is the
Brisk-
thing, Brisk. Certain games, certain
Yes,
games,
no
like
patience for loading screens.
you're not gonna put something like, for example, Civilization 5. You're not gonna put that on an SSD.
I can.
But you might put something like Eve, which you're regularly playing, on
Guys,
your SSD.
there's a solution to both of you. It's
Buy
called
more
RAID
SSD.
0.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I'm running a RAID 0 for my games.
Okay.
Yes. And
Wait,
then
stop
you want
hitting the
to,
RAID.
and then you want to have a RAID 1 to back up your RAID 0
why?
because then
Why?
You run
I don't-
RAID 0 plus 1. Come on, guys.
No, I'm running RAID 0 because my games are on there. If the RAID crashes and all my data is, I'll just re-download the games. Like, where's the problem?
and then have to redo all of the saves that you have
No,
for those games.
saves-
and-
The saves don't go on the RAID. The saves go on where the operating system is.
Just run RAID 0 plus 1 to get the fastest load time. Don't argue with the database guy on how fast disks are.
Don't ever argue there. just don't do it. You'll save yourself some pain, and it's when you find out he's right after you do a bunch of research.
0 plus 1.
I'm really leaving this time. I will see you guys next week.
All right.
He'll be back.
See you, Brett.
Keeps going.
So this is so I did this one out with the non-Threadripper and all that stuff. It's only
All right, I got
$500
I'll be-
cheaper than using the big Threadripper, man.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do with that Threadripper?
I
You're
don't
not
really
even gonna.
care.
Eric, here's the thing. The 3900X is gonna boost up higher on single cores while gaming than the Threadripper, because the Threadripper is built for computing things on 32 cores at the same time, while the 3900X is built for gaming in mind.
Maybe
right?
I want to have NetSuite and maybe some Oracle databases and maybe Oracle Analytics server running in the background. You never know. I might be.
And you can do that with the 3900X.
All right.
So I'm going to ask the key question that I think really we've all missed. What time frame are you doing this in, Eric?
Oh, I have no idea. I could pull it. So Scythe knows, because Scythe and I are friends, real life, right? We're Facebook friends. He knows that I have priced out a Threadripper at like 10 grand, and I'm like, someday I'm gonna just accidentally hit buy.
I thought you did. I thought that's why this whole conversation started.
I thought about it. Of course, he sends me I
just said do it.
What is it, Yoda? Freaking Kermit
Seriously,
the Frog,
no, it's Kermit the Frog talking to evil Kermit the Frog saying, "Do it."
Like I get that it's like shiny and expensive, but
Exactly. That's why.
I would argue if you want to go for really shiny, you go for what gives you the best experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Threadripper, got it.
That's not Threadripper. That's like if you want to go for the absolute best, it's a 3950X, or you go a 9900 KS.
I wouldn't even say 9900 KS, considering that the 10 series is just.
I think we're gonna actually have a show. I think where we
just build Eric's computer and hit the buy button,
and I hit the
you
buy
just
button.
live stream your purchase, but have it blurred when you have to put the credit card in.
I won't put a credit card in. I'll just finance it. I don't care.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
well, don't dox yourself.
Because of how the AMD CPUs are built, with CCXs, and then the Threadrippers are also split up into two NUMA cores.
Not anymore, Soph. Not third gen.
Not third gen? Oh, nice.
Third gen is single NUMA node.
Oh, then forget about that. But
Hey, Soft, can I get you to say NUMA, yeah?
No.
Damn it. That must work.
Still, like the 3900 and the 3950, they boost higher, right? And games in particular only use like 3 cores, maybe 4, if it's well done. So that's why you get better gaming performance with those instead of Threadripper.
I mean,
but here's the deal.
My only thing is
no. The important thing here is, if he doesn't buy a Threadripper, he can't tell people he's got a Thread. That's half the fun of having it. It's like toggling in CS:GO. If you ain't done it, you can't tell people you've done it, and therefore you're.
But the thing is, at the same time, you are also telling people that you got no clue what you're talking about. So
that's the whole point. You can just confuse the hell out of people. It's really funny. I like screwing with people, and that would be super fun to do, and actually it means something.
So compared to the Threadripper, this is only when I'm done with it, because I put all the liquid cooling in, right? It's only this configuration is about $200 cheaper than the Threadripper configuration I put with 2 video cards in SLI. But
so
this has the Titan, and I didn't use the Titan in the other ones.
Here's a thing you could do, which would actually be pretty funny. I got a 5700, right? So AMD card. I was thinking about getting an old NVIDIA card, which has CUDA cores. It needs CUDA cores, and use that just for the RTX voice, because you can run that on CUDA cores instead of RTX cores. So I would be mixing one AMD GPU that is running all the graphics with one NVIDIA GPU, which is just running the voice.
I think sometime next month we're gonna do this. We're gonna have a show. We're gonna do this.
Can we do it in like 2 weeks? Because that's the last Saturday I'll actually have free for.
Yeah. Let me see. Where is that?
I'm gonna get
2 weeks?
popcorn
9?
and like boo and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that'll
going
be
to say
good.
we definitely want to do it sooner rather than later, because the later we leave it, the more you're going to have me on edge about, guys, we're only like 3 months out until the next release. Why don't we just...
We're going to have the fun of aiding Eric through overclocking an AMD GPU.
No way, man. I'm just paying the company to do that shit.
Nah, you do that yourself.
No. Soft. I just had a look through. I had a look through Digital Storm's page. They do it for free, so I'm just there like, yeah, leave it.
What do they overclock though?
CPU and GPU for free.
How do they overclock the CPU?
As high as they can until it's not stable, and then tone it down slightly.
They overclock it until it tells them the safe word.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That said,
Hold on. I like Digital Storm because I see the 0 APR for financing this.
The thing is, most of the companies that pre-overclock, they just overclock the frequency and not the Infinity Fabric. You want to overclock the Infinity Fabric.
Yes, you'd want to push the frequency of all 3 bits, right? The RAM, the Infinity Fabric, and the CPU.
I'm running 1900 on the Infinity Fabric.
See, personally, I don't think it's worth getting the company to do the CPU. GPU, sure. CPU, shove it into PBO3 and just let it do it.
Yeah, I got it in PBO, and I manually overclocked the Infinity Fabric to 1900 because that was as high as it would go. Yes, not all CPUs can do 1900, but I got a 3600 non-X, and it can do 1900. That's a flex.
I'm pretty sure nothing we're talking about here can be considered flex in any way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, because it's some cool shit.
Should we go around and do one last thing, or is it too late to do that? It's 3:28.
This show went way too long, and I blame Eric.
Certainly, it's my fault.
It's always your fault. That's the whole point.
I mean, we're only 1.5 hours over, so
it's not really bad for us.
It's not bad.
We can go long.
The key aspect of this is I really need a bio break because I drank like 18 cans of beer. You know, a 15-1-year-old
I went into that
only
myself.
go so long. No, we should. Once the flex skip Threadripper. I'm just like looking at like, let's put it away. There was a time in my life where like Soth and Dirk, I like really knew what was going on in the PC industry, and I got it, and I could pick what I wanted and built it out. But at this point in my career and my life, I'm like, yeah, I don't think about it that hard. I got other things I think about, right, and get concerned with. So
it has actually become a lot easier. Like, I remember back in the day, of like Athlon XP 3200s, where you would actually have to be careful which RAM you would get because only some of the RAM was compatible with your board.
Yeah,
and some was.
So we re-experienced that though 2 years ago with first gen Ryzen.
Yeah, but
not quite to the same level, but yeah.
Yeah. But that was also because some of the RAM was like shoddy quality. Because Intel chips did not give a fuck about RAM. Right? Which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing because With Intel, you can't really get any more out of the system with faster RAM. With Ryzen, you gotta hit the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, and the other thing is I have a court meeting in 30 minutes.
There is one of those. You probably should get on.
So, yeah. All right. Let's go around. One last thing. Who we got here? We got Barghost.
Liking the changes from CCP, and yeah, keep it coming, I guess.
Caleb.
I was going to say almost exactly the same thing. Keep up the good work, CCP, and please continue with the nerf back.
McLeod.
No fucking damage caps.
There you go. Scythe.
Can you roll that ad one more time for me? That's
No.
my one last time.
Good.
Damn it.
I mean, you're talking about the...
Yeah, Brisk ad.
No.
Damn it.
No. Soth.
You know, a week ago, I was promised changes I would like by CSM members. And I gotta say, these are changes that I like. I take my hat off to you, CCP.
All right.
This is a weird day.
So my
Everyone said something positive.
my one last thing is I'm going to buy a 1300 watt, power supply just to irritate Soth.
Yeah, just so you can
Because
flex.
nothing makes
It's
me
not about
happier
flexing.
than irritating
Watts
the
is
angry
flexible.
German. No, seriously. We will actually design this, and I will buy it online. So we'll see.
That's going to be a fun.
It'll be a fun show. Maybe in a couple weeks or 2 weeks or so. All right. Thank you, folks. Thank you, everybody, for hanging around. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follows. Thank you to everybody who hung around and stayed on the show. And Brisk for popping in. And, Arendis was here earlier and everybody else. So thank you very much. And Dark was here. Hopefully he feels better as he comes off his fever. So everybody stay safe out there. And you have a great weekend. That's about it.
Bye-bye.
And by the way, it helps if I actually have XSplit maximized on my screen so I can actually, take us to the end, right? Later, everyone.
See you.
Boy.